What? 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 Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Oh boy.
Hi.
Oh man, it's been a long time. I don't know if I can even muster the strength. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I even?
From Universal Studios Hollywood.
I'm back.
Oh yeah, Mikey's back from going out with his wife on her birthday.
That was a nice detention. Not me. Hi everyone.
Have you ever been wrong? I was like, no.
What's up?
Unbelievable.
Y'all haven't had these.
I'm gonna need you to be drug tested.
All them black people getting the
Bernie.
drugs that we white people used
Bernie.
to have.
Bernie. Not the time. What's up, y'all? It's Mikey Famine with Tim Bristol. We are the headliners. It's Thursday, 10/2/25. Happy birthday, Mrs. Famine.
Yeah.
I like
you
your
know
butt.
if you go back yesterday and listen to the show that I did by myself, you will see that we all left Mrs. Famine happy birthday messages.
I did not. I was going to, but then I immediately fell asleep after one truly because I'm an old man. I was in my chair. Bro, I'm in there trying to play Battlefield. I'm in this bitch like, shit. I got kicked out of one of my games because I wasn't moving. I was waiting on somebody to revive me and I fucking fell asleep in 18 seconds or whatever the timer is. I was in here knocked out. I was like, oh, I'm down. Like, how y'all gonna kick me out when ain't nobody pick me up? They should be kicked out. I was resting my eyes.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
Sarah
it was our
Davies is right. We were suffering from abandonment issues.
Oh, like my dog, dude. That's why Zero's so loud. Like, if he can't see me, he will bark until he can see me. Very
My
few
dog-
exceptions.
My dog is loud at certain times in the morning that don't allow me to sleep.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Shame! Shame!
Oh, that's what that button does.
I was
Big
telling
red X
Mikey-
on it.
I was telling Mikey that my last 12 hours have been a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
First, at roughly 2 a.m, Zeus woke up barking because he's an old crotchety dog and his gabapentin wore off. Ooh, bubble tea. Bubble tea is
Matcha.
tasty.
Do I shake this? Right?
I don't. It's matcha, so maybe. Anyway,
Zeus.
so I was up between 2 and 4 in the morning.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Hour of the wolf, baby.
and then when Zeus finally went to sleep, I woke up at my regular time that I'm supposed to wake up, and I was tired. And I learned that one of the dogs had peed on one of the dog beds in the cage.
Yay.
So I had to clean that.
Yay.
And then I very quickly learned dog bed's not supposed to go in the washing machine.
Well, you got to be very careful.
It apparently the dog bed was a cover that was covering just a foam thing, and the foam thing disintegrated in the washing machine into a million pieces, which I then had to clean. Then right around like an hour before showtime, I went to go and I had one of those one of the supermarkets near me sells one of those like pre-made ramen things. It's got like ramen and chicken and vegetables and all that, and you just put it in the microwave for a couple of minutes and then it's
Easy
ramen.
peasy.
Well, the bowl for this ramen thing had holes in it. So my microwave was covered in ramen broth, which I then had to clean up.
And you're missing a lot of ramen broth.
I'm missing a lot of ramen broth. I mean, I basically just had like ramen noodles and chicken and vegetables with no broth. It was just vegetables and chicken. So that's been my morning. So I am tired. And
hey Tim, we gotta get a new dog bed for you. And you gotta read the label. You can't get the foam joints. You gotta get the washable joints.
yeah, I know. I already ordered a new one. I have to,
Okay.
the wife doesn't know about this yet. I haven't told her that I completely destroyed a dog bed.
Good thing she doesn't watch the show. We're safe. We're safe. I will tell my thing and then we'll say hello to the people and then we can start. All right. So yesterday we went to Bankston's farm. You guys can Google it or whatever. I'm not gonna help you spelling it. But we went there and it's pretty much like a pumpkin patch. There's like hay rides. There's a piggy race. It's very like farm life, fun for kids. They got giant ears of corn all over the place, funnel cakes, you name it. And it's probably on like, I don't know, a couple thousand, like maybe 100 acres. And it's just like, you know, down a hill, up a hill, down a hill. It's just like however this land laid, they just start putting like little attractions in there. And they make, I mean, on the weekends, they charge like $40 a head to get in to their little amusement park. Things of note. Everyone was pretty friendly. Number two, I forgot the entire facility is cashless. No money. No dollar bills
money
in the whole place. They can't give you change. They can't do that. No one has any cash, which was very modern for like the Bumpkin Festival. You know, I'm like, what? Okay. And number two, because we went yesterday, it's like middle of the week, middle of the day, and the demographic is not what you would expect. You would expect a bunch of toothless white folk with red necks and one tooth. You would be wrong. There was a lot of immigrants there, whether from Mexico or from, drumroll please, Ukraine, because a lot of Ukrainian refugees came when the war started. So it's like, are y'all sure y'all want to just like kick out and like, you know, I mean, I don't know if like the Europeans and the Latin Americans are really the demographic you should be pissing off, right wing, because your people don't buy as much as all of them. So all you business owners, just keep that in mind. Like there's like the white sliver, but there's also the entire Latin American sliver and the entire European sliver. So maybe you should loosen up on your bullshit rhetoric, when if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have nobody in this park but 35 people, which is fine by me. I would have enjoyed it. You know, it's not like we waited in line anyway. But just something to keep in mind. Y'all act like you can't be touched by all this. Okay. But we had fun. And most importantly, we secured the one thing that I needed for the mission. Apple butter.
Apple butter is good.
Apple butter is for my pork tenderloins.
Ooh.
This pulled pork will be the most diabolical ever. But I needed that apple butter to make it happen. Okay, let me say hello to the people. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, Tyreek Hill, did you see that shit? Did you see that shit? Oh my God, don't look it up if you haven't. Dark Lord Greg. Billy Diz. Get in. Person. Sarah. Russell. L. Tez. Muttley. Russell. I think I said Russell already. L? Oh, what? Go ahead. Do yours again.
I didn't do anything.
Oh.
Wasn't me.
Your turn, Tim.
The Bin Podcast, the most terrific podcast in the large world. You know, they say he broke my ass.
Oh, I forgot.
He broke my ass.
Thank you for your attention on this matter. I've been working on my Trump impression for a comedy bit that I'm doing because I have to do a little bit of a Trump impression for it.
Well, you can go the high one or the low one. I like Trevor Noah's a bit because he does the whiny one.
Yeah,
Everyone's picking on me. It's not fair. Like he does that one. This matcha is slamming, by the way. Man, that's a good fucking sensation they got going there.
Chrissy found all the buttons.
Oh no. Daily Blase.
This is Alan.
Oh. This is Alan.
This is Alan.
Brutal. Man.
Trip. Well. Look who it is. Part-timer looking at nice and fresh. Welcome back, Mikey Famine.
Hi, guys. Figured I'd show up this time.
Paul says I ought to have stayed in bed. Paul is correct.
I love Tesla.
I ought to have stayed in bed and shut the door and never gone into the outside world.
Apple butter jeans, boots with the glare. Almost. Cheesy Peas actually makes more fucking. What? Oh, come on, guys. You got? Are we gonna have to do a whole thing? Is this gonna have to be a whole thing where I have to explain to y'all that apple butter is your new messiah? Okay, apple butter is great.
Have you seen?
Great.
Mike, you didn't watch yesterday's episode, so you haven't seen the Cheesy Peas.
No.
You gotta watch. You gotta see the Cheesy Peas.
I would be eating Cheesy Peas. I did leave. I don't know if you saw, but I did leave a comment on the video.
Oh, did you?
You guys go look at it. I'm not going to spoil it. All right, let's get started. Time to be serious.
Yes, quite.
I don't know why we have to be serious, but whatever. Get my list open here. And yes, we did just see about the Manchester stabbing at the synagogue.
Mikey, did you leave an onion comment?
How you like it? How you like it?
I mean, I like onions, so I don't know. You're barking up the wrong tree with that one.
Got you this time. All right, let's start with Moses.
What it does is it
Moses Mike here. Being interviewed by George Papadopoulos. Just kidding. I don't remember names well. That's what I was like. Tim, remember that? Did you see the clip with Papadopoulos? And was it? He's like, he's in jail for colluding with Russia. I was like, oh, Stephanopoulos.
Stephanopoulos, yeah.
Oh, that guy.
unwinds the changes that Republicans put into the big, beautiful bill, the big signature legislation that we passed and signed into law on July 4th. That has been very successful in shoring up Medicaid for the people who are actually eligible to receive it. What we did in the bill, and the CBO just verified this 3 weeks ago, the Congressional Budget Office, the nonpartisan arbiters of everything.
Really? The nonpartisan CBO? Isn't that Vought?
No. CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, is nonpartisan. Vought is the Office of Management.
Oh, MB, not CB. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
Yeah, he is the government's HR.
Ugh.
Up here, they said that those provisions have helped to reduce premiums. Why? Because we got ineligible recipients off of Medicaid, illegal.
No, you didn't.
Aliens and able-bodied young men who are riding the wagon who are not eligible to be there. Medicaid is intended for specific populations.
And I want everybody to keep in mind here. This guy is Speaker of the House. He should really know his X's and O's on this because he's the one who has to go in front of the cameras and talk about this. The last 4 sentences he said were absolute dog shit lies. Getting people wasting the Do you know how insurance works, you dumb motherfucker?
Yeah. That's not how insurance works at all.
Insurance is not a pool of money. It's a risk pool of people. And you want as many young, stupid people and young, cautious people as you can get on those services. So keeping 26-year-olds and younger on there is a good thing because they are young and healthy. You want them on the you want them in the pool.
Yeah, they're paying for the old people
because they don't get sick as much as us old fucks do. So yes, you want as many young people in there as possible. And his idea is, no. We have to cut people off as if it's a fucking I don't know. Like there's like $30 on the refrigerator for tips, but we're gonna give it out as allowance. So you get 10, you get okay, you're gonna have to get 20 because I only have a $20 bill. Like you're stupid. And we know that.
Of U.S. citizens, that is young pregnant women who are down on their luck, the disabled and the elderly, those resources are being drained from those folks, and so we fix that.
They didn't fix shit.
They're getting drained by those people.
Also, none of that actually starts until next year. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
It hasn't happened, but it's already the consequences have happened prematurely. That's why we had to do this. Dumb ass.
It doesn't start until after the 2026 election. It's like
intentionally.
None of it has happened yet. He's not even that's what makes it more bullshittery is that like he's talking about things that are going to happen potentially in the future, like they're happening right now.
Grinder Johnson instead of Speaker Grinder. I had a question for you.
We reduced fraud, waste, and abuse in the program. Chuck Schumer's counterproposal.
Yeah, and y'all saw what the big goose egg that Doge put out, getting 1% of their goal.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So where is it all? But they don't want to they don't want to acknowledge that they failed previously. They're just gonna continue on as if that worked.
It's very funny that now that Elon is no longer in Doge, that it's been completely forgotten about.
Yep. No one reports on it. Unbelievable. And it's funny, all the little shits online who were like debating me over the efficacy of Doge, they also stopped talking about it. They just talk about whatever their dear leader tells them to talk about. They have no independent thoughts of their own.
On the CR would reverse that.
Oh, is this not
Oh, it's Australian ABC, not our ABC.
Damn it.
Because he claps back at him like right away. Pop it up.
Yeah.
Stephanopoulos does. All right, hold on. We'll grab another one. Hold on.
I guess I got the wrong one.
Stephanopoulos.
Stephanopoulos guy.
We're joined by the speaker.
Oh man, they came out with a trailer for the Hitman movie already with Jason Statham. I'm gonna watch that.
I thought he was the Hitman already.
Here are the facts. The proposal does not provide health care for illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants cannot buy health care under the Affordable Care Act. They cannot receive health care subsidies. No. Illegal immigrants are ineligible for Medicare, Medicaid, and the Children's Health Program. The Democratic bill does not make them eligible.
Damn.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a very organized rebuttal. Thank you. One more time, please.
That's just a
like how Johnson was like, that's just not true.
It was nonpartisan in nature. There are no policy right. What you said there.
I think their clip is back here. Let's start up here.
We're joined by the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Mr. Speaker, thank you for joining us.
Grinder Johnson. Jesus Christ. George, we just discussed this as a group. We all decided Grinder was his new title.
This morning.
You got to grind them both.
The Democratic proposal is designed to prevent millions of Americans from losing.
Oh my God, it's called the whip, Tim. It's called the whip. There's some closet perverts They're all on Grindr. They're all arguing with the whip. This is BDSM coded, dog.
Are you talking about
They just
the
turn the lights
position-
off.
Are
and
you
then
talking
they
about
all
the
just-
position in House leadership known as the whip?
Yes.
Okay, so that has existed before Grindr. Let's
It's all
and
coming
the
together,
Democrats
Tim.
have a whip too. No, listen.
It's all coming together.
The person who's designated the whip is the person who's supposed to gather votes for bills. That's their
Orgies.
job. They're whipping votes.
Orgies.
Uh.
Come on,
All right.
Grindr Johnson. Go ahead.
Their health insurance, losing Medicaid coverage, or paying higher health care premiums. Why are you against that?
Did he really?
Stephanopoulos? Papadopoulos?
Yeah. George Onomatopoeia?
That's an absurd statement, what you said there. Let's be clear about
a
what happened
factual
last night,
statement.
George. No, George, let me tell you what happened last night. Everybody can go and review the facts for themselves. 44 Senate Democrats voted to reject a clean, nonpartisan
Lie.
continuing
Lie.
funding resolution to keep the United States government open. The Democrats said instead that they wanted to give health care to illegal aliens instead of keeping critical services provided for the American citizens. That's what happened, plain and simple. Every Democrat in the House, except one, voted against the clean continuing resolution. It was nonpartisan in nature. There are no policy riders on it that Republicans favored. It's exactly what Chuck Schumer and other Democrats voted for in March.
Also, again, this is why I was so mad at Chuck Schumer the first time.
Yeah.
This is why you don't do that shit, because little mole people like Grindr Johnson over here will fucking try to use that against you, because you were like, we just had all the people who were gonna like miss their doctor's appointments, and I just had to do something. And now he's using that against you. He's saying, see, Schumer voted for it because he liked it.
Yeah.
He's not going to mention the part that you were trying to do whatever the fuck you thought you were doing. We were supposed to shut it down the first time. I don't even know how many House Democrats there are now, but all of them voted no. And then all the House, the Senate Democrats said no, except for you and your little cadre. Look what you fucking did. Monk.
But they've changed their tune. They changed their tune because Chuck Schumer is having political problems right now. That's just a simple fact, and everybody knows it. He's trying to outrun the far left portion of his base, so he's decided to inflict pain on the American people.
Here are
That's the
facts.
reality of what we're facing.
Here are the facts. The proposal does not provide health care for illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants cannot buy health care under the Affordable Care Act. They cannot receive health care
Not true, George.
subsidies.
No.
Illegal
Then why were you Republicans complaining that they keep filling up the emergency rooms? It's because
Yeah.
they don't have insurance.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
immigrants are ineligible for Medicare, Medicaid, and the Children's Health Program. The Democratic bill does not make them eligible.
It does, actually, because what it does is it unwinds the changes that Republicans put into the big, beautiful bill, the big signature legislation that we passed and signed into law on July 4th.
Was that partisan?
Yeah.
That has been very successful in shoring up Medicaid for the people who are actually eligible to receive it. What we did in the bill, and the CBO just verified this 3 weeks ago.
Now, keep in mind, everybody, he knows that he just took almost $1 billion out of the health, the health and wellness of Americans. $1 billion out of the funding of that. $1 billion.
The Congressional Budget Office, the nonpartisan arbiters of everything up here, they said that those provisions have helped to reduce premiums. Why? Because we got ineligible recipients off of Medicaid, illegal aliens, and able-bodied young men who are riding the wagon who are not eligible to be there. Medicaid is intended for specific populations of U.S. citizens. That is young, pregnant women who are down on their luck, the disabled and the elderly. Those resources are being drained from those folks, and so we fixed that. We reduced fraud, waste, and abuse in the program. Chuck Schumer's counterproposal on the CR would reverse that. That is a simple fact.
The
It would
CBO did
mean-
not.
Yeah, reverse it, meaning I'm going to throw people off of their coverage, and I'm also going to take all the funding away from the
Yeah.
subsidies that made health insurance less crazy. It's already bad. It's already really expensive. And they're going to make it so that there's even less of an incentive for the insurance companies to give us a cheaper price. You're full of shit, Mike.
Not say that about illegal immigrants. You've made your point right there. Let me ask you about President Trump. He had another deep fake video overnight. How does that help the cause of getting a deal and opening the government?
Look, the president uses social media for humor. He makes jokes. He does lots of things. What the president did in showing leadership, though, 2 days ago, was he brought in Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries to meet with me and Leader Thune in the Senate to try to work this out. He gave him unlimited time.
Pause this. The president originally told Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer to go fuck themselves.
Yes.
When they originally wanted a meeting. And then when nothing was getting done, he had to have a meeting so that he looked like he was pretending to lead.
And then he threw those hats up on the desk to take pictures.
Yeah.
And then he's posting AI memes. This motherfucker does not give a shit about healthcare for people.
Yeah, and continuing, the brief conversation that we had yesterday about JD Vance, these people are unserious. They don't care. And they're just in it for fucking ha-has. Like, Trump did that to stick it to Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer. He didn't do it to talk with them. They were arguing. He was being belligerent.
A petulant child, some might say.
So it's not about, he had a meeting with them so that he can look like he's being a leader. No, he did it so he could fucking stick it to him.
Just being an ass, per usual. Even though he has a very
What it does is
a very important job that he should probably take a little bit more seriously.
Yeah, he shouldn't be posting memes because it's comical to make fun of Hakeem Jeffries, or it's comical to make fun of Chuck Schumer. It is sometimes, but like not in the moment, not when you're trying to have.
And that was at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. When you're trying to negotiate with people, it's probably not the best to make fun of them while you're negotiating with them.
Look how it went with Kim Jong-un. Pretty soon, Chuck and Hakeem will be writing him love letters. It was the summer of love. Such an idiot. Speaking of funding, we're going to let most of this rock because this guy does an amazing job explaining this. And I have a soft spot for nerds. So listen up.
To document both the highs and the lows of my PhD journey, but today was definitely a low. And I don't just mean for me, I mean for an entire generation of PhD students who just got the rug pulled out from under them. Hi, my name is Dara Tringali, and I'm a second-year physics PhD student at the University of Colorado Boulder. One of the biggest things that I've been told about grad school up until this point is to find a way to secure myself my own funding, essentially make it so I'm not dependent on other people to do my PhD. Well, this means applying to fellowships, which are usually done in the first 2 years of your PhD. The biggest one in the—
Is that right, Tim?
Sorry, what?
Is that right? Your fellowships are usually in the first 2 years?
Yes. Yeah. Usually what happens, PhDs are usually 2 or 3 years long, and you get a fellowship for at least the first year because you're supposed to be deep in study for a year. Like it's all classes. So they're supposed to be able to, it's basically like a stipend. So you can go to school without having to work at the same time.
This country is the NSF GRFP, or the NSF Graduate Research Fellowship Program. Winning this means securing yourself 3 years of funding, not just for your PhD, but what it does is it provides you money to do your research, and it provides you a stipend yearly to live off of.
Look at Tim.
Well, that is what I have been working on for the last few months, along with so many others. Well, I woke up this morning to a text from my roommate, which was like, oh, hey, the new solicitation or like the requirements for NSF is out. And I was like, oh, awesome. This means I finally can figure out when the actual application is due. Yeah, it's almost October, and I didn't even know when the application was due. It's usually due at the end of October, and the solicitation is out in like July, but now we're almost at the beginning of October, and it wasn't out. So a lot of people have been confused what was happening with that, but they released it today, and I was like, awesome. So I clicked on it, and I was like, let's see what's going on, and I started reading it, and that's where I got to the eligibility section, and I saw they made a huge change. Well, there was a small wording change, and that said now, first-year graduate students in the first year of their graduate degree program with less than 1 academic year completed in the degree program, according to the institution. That is a huge change. Just these 2 words here are a massive change. What does that mean? That means that second-year PhD students are no longer eligible to apply to the fellowship. And this is a huge...
Tim, I saw an exasperated Brad.
Well, he's right. They're pulling out the rug from under. So I have applied, well, I've tried to apply to PhD programs in the past. Before I got my master's in public administration, I was going to get a PhD in political science. I was turned down because they weren't accepting PhD students at the time. But the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to get these grants, these fellowships, so that you don't have to work while doing it, because you get burned out anyway.
Correct.
And having to work full time and go to school and write a dissertation, doing original research for 2 to 3 years is a big drain. And on top of that, after your first year, you're also expected to teach classes.
How many people are you supposed to be exactly?
Several. Like, it's that fellowship, those stipends are so that you don't have to mentally burn out while you're doing this PhD program, whatever it is. And then if they're saying that, oh, after your first year, you're no longer eligible for the fellowship, then what are you supposed to do? Like, the second year is when you start your dissertation.
Right.
That's when you're supposed to be doing your original research and teaching classes. You're a TA. So is it the Department of Education that's giving this fellowship?
The NSF.
Yeah. So, yeah. Fuck.
Nope.
Entire cohort of PhD students a chance to fund just a minor rule change. This is screwing an entire cohort of PhD students a chance to fund their PhD. And for many, this fellowship was the only way to make grad school financially possible. It's a tough day for PhD students out there, and I guess we'll see what happens in the near future. I just wanted to put all this out here so people are aware.
So I'll give you an example. I applied to a few different schools for a PhD. I applied to the University of Connecticut, and I applied to Yale. Yale's fellowship would have paid for the whole thing, right, if you got the fellowship with Yale. But those 2 to 3 years of grad school with Yale is like $100,000
easy.
So, like, if you don't have that, how are you supposed to? They don't give you student loans for PhDs. They don't. Because it's expensive, and they figured if you got a master's degree and if you're going for a PhD, then the school's going to pay for it, or the NSF is going to pay for it. One of those two. Yale offers a stipend of their own of like $40,000 a year. And that would be on top of whatever the NSF would give you. That doesn't cover everything. So you need the NSF fellowship so that you can get everything else covered. And UConn, a state school, still very expensive to get a PhD. They don't offer the fellowship that Yale does. So you'd have to use the NSF fellowship. And what are you going to do after the first year? Pay $40,000 a year?
Up front. You got to pay that in the beginning of the semester, not at the end of the semester.
On top of that, they have limited the amount of student loans one person can get in their lifetime. So it even further inhibits people from getting master's programs or PhD programs. They don't want people to go to school. They don't want people to be educated. They don't want PhD students, apparently.
And I was trying to find some numbers, and the closest thing I could find is like there's like 1.5 million second year grad students.
Yeah. And the acceptance rate for some of these colleges is already astronomical. Like when I applied to Yale for a PhD, they said that they get about 300 applicants for a PhD for political science, and they accept 1% of them.
So 3 all come on.
Yeah. Everyone else, try again next year. But like, that's
crazy. Imagine if we just weren't greedy fucks. You know,
Right.
just imagine how many leaps and bounds ahead we'd be if everyone just wasn't a greedy fuck.
And schools like Yale and Harvard and Columbia and all them, they have massive endowments.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry so much about government funding, even though that some of them may capitulate and some of them may fight. But the state schools, they're entirely reliant on federal and state funding for so that their tuition is not through the roof. And it's even harder if you want to be a PhD student, because they stop giving you student loans after master's degrees. They're like, you want a PhD, you fund that shit yourself.
Crazy. So we're seeing now, I'll read it. Thanks, Chrissy. You can drop a link if you want. Breaking UK news, Israel's Foreign Affairs Minister Gideon Sahar has blessed the UK government for allowing the Manchester attacks. He has said the authorities in Britain have failed to take the necessary action to curb toxic wave of anti-Semitism and have effectively allowed it to persist. What could be causing a spike in anti-Semitic behavior? I wonder. I don't know. Let me think of 65,000 reasons why somebody might be angry. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not genocide. Hold on a second. What are you doing in here, Munchkin? What are you doing in here?
Let's see what else we got going on in the chats. No, how many students are affected? I think Mikey said like about 1 million.
Little pickpocket.
Trying to steal something?
She just taking stuff and walking out the room. I'm like, excuse me. That is not yours. Speaking of things that are not ours.
Question, because you talked about the weaponization of the Justice Department during Biden. Can you, because this is something concerning.
MAGA Mike again.
And I understand.
He's been in the news.
And there was a special counsel investigating Trump, and there were cases in New York and all that. But can you explain how the special counsel investigating Hunter Biden during the Biden presidency, which resulted in a criminal conviction, and the special counsel investigating into President Biden himself during the Biden presidency, which resulted in this incredibly damaging Hur report, how did those investigations fit into the theory that the Biden era was one of Democrats weaponizing the Justice Department? Because they were also going after the Democratic president and his Democratic son.
They were not going after the president and his family. They did the bare minimum that they had to do to maintain the label on the door, Department of Justice. Okay, look, everyone knows this. This is not even a matter of dispute.
Hunter was going to go to jail.
President Trump, even when he was not president. Well, they went after President Trump criminally, civilly. They tried.
Hunter wasn't going to go to jail until Biden said no.
Bro, Trump committed mad crimes, bro.
So many crimes.
He did mad crimes, dude.
He's doing them right now.
And hey, Grinder Johnson, you might want to unhitch your wagon there, buddy. Because that I was just following order shit doesn't apply in U.S. law.
So many crimes.
Just ruin him, destroy him, because they didn't want him to run for president again. I mean, there are volumes written
because he
about this, Jake, and you and I both know that that's true, and there'll be a lot of accountability.
It's not true
to ensure that this kind of thing doesn't happen again. Comey has been on a tirade against Trump since way back then, since 2016, 2017. Remember,
why do you think that is, Mike? Maybe because he's committing crimes, Mike.
Comey sunk Hillary's chance to be president, right? That was the thing that happened. And then
the Comey, what was it? The report? What they call it? Or the Steele dossier?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, but like Trump didn't get investigated until after he won the election, and Trump tried to make Comey bend the knee at a dinner. We all remember this, right? There was a photo op. And Comey said, "I'm not going to pass your loyalty test," and then Trump fired him.
But Tim, Trump University, Pam Bondi,
Trump Steaks,
like the Trump Foundation. Like, brother, what are you talking about? The left was going after him. The left DOJ was going after. Bro, he has a fucking track record of crimes. Just mad crimes.
The crazy part is that at one point it was Trump's appointees who were investigating Trump.
And he got mad at
Ray. Come on, guys. These weren't Biden appointees that went after Trump and the DOJ, except for oh man, Merrick Garland as Attorney General, the most fucking moderate motherfucker there is.
He ain't never been on nobody's side. No one can claim Merrick Garland on their side, which is why he would have been great on the fucking Supreme Court. Thanks, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
It was Trump's FBI director, Trump's CIA director, you know, a bunch of Trump appointee state attorneys. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Look, it could be that he's committed crimes.
Trump judges were like, he committed, like,
that's the simplest explanation.
Yeah.
Is that maybe he's just committing an accelerated amount of crimes compared to everybody else.
Maybe he's just out there. Maybe it's easier to list all the crimes he hasn't committed yet.
That's the shorter list.
Yeah, that's a shorter list at this point. Because the dude is out there committing crimes all the fucking time. Every day.
He can't help himself. And if he's not doing it, he's got people in the background doing it in his name. Like,
right.
What? You're supporting the mob guy. So you're going to get in legal trouble a lot if you're a mob guy. Okay? Like, this is how the system's working correctly.
He famously walked on the beach and put 8647, you know, implying that President Trump should be exterminated.
Oh my God, the rhetoric of those seashells. I forgot.
I forgot. No, he doesn't know what 86 means. He meant he wanted to stop Trump. When you 86 something, you're stopping it.
Don't take any more orders.
Don't take any more. He didn't want to take any more Trump orders.
Right. That's what 86 means. But we're also restaurant fools. So
yeah,
we are restaurant goblins. You don't speak the language.
Effectively, okay? It was a big controversy several months back, right? He
it wasn't
his bias in
45 on the fly.
They have used the Department of Justice against him. Remember all the former intel officials who signed the letter saying that the phony Russian dossier was...
Can I get a 45 with legs?
Everybody knows this. We don't have to relitigate it this morning. The point is the Department of Justice currently is doing what the Department of Justice should do. And they have to hold people accountable. We have to ensure that the rule of law applies to everyone. And that's exactly what's happening here.
Does the rule of law have to apply to people who stormed the Capitol on January 6th?
Oops.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. There's new information over the last couple of days about that as well. Apparently, there were 274 FBI agents in the...
Oh my God.
Look at his little brain break. Let's rewind it. He was like, I had to get the download. He was buffering, getting the shit from the server.
It's that Ben Shapiro moment when the dude told him, yeah, plenty of things are bad and wrong, but that doesn't make him fascist.
You only knew how ridiculous that statement is. You went, that's all. Plenty of things are bad and wrong, but it doesn't make them fascist.
And then Ben, for like a full 5 seconds, was like, yeah.
Error.
Who stormed the Capitol on January 6th?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. There's new information over the last couple of days about that as well.
He's like, oh, what's my talking point on this? What's my talking point on this?
FBI agents in...
You're like, God damn it, Jake. You know I don't have that cue card in front of me.
No.
I think the total number of persons
Cash Patel just brought some enhanced understanding to that. They were sent there to do crowd control because of everything that was going on.
Oh, you mean they weren't there the whole time? They went there after the violence had already happened.
Oh, so you're saying that they were breaking it up, but
yeah,
they were saying that they were part of it. Oh,
and Cash was trying to defend the FAA. He was like, listen, they didn't have the proper equipment when they went out there. Like, they didn't know what to do when they were sent out there, but they had to do something.
I know what they would have did if they was black.
It's a false flag operation, as President Trump suggested.
Well, Jake, wait a minute. Hold on, Jake.
Oh, wait. Hey, Mikey, 1 second. Who's FBI, by the way?
Which one? January 6th?
For January 6th, who is the president on January 6th, 2021?
I mean, technically Trump.
So Trump's FBI, went out there and did a false flag operation under Trump's FBI director, Chris Wray, who Trump appointed.
I mean, I would have had to answer Biden, but somebody fucked up the proceedings and it didn't officially go through yet. You know, it's almost like someone tried to insurrect during the process. So technically that would be under Trump. You're right. You're right.
The Trump's FBI, under the direction of his appointee, under the direction of him,
his National Guard, too, by the way,
tried to egg on the insurrectionists on January 6th.
Yeah.
Is that what they're trying to say?
There was in there
further proving that Trump caused the insurrection.
What he the FBI, you see, ends in I, which is investigations. Need I say more?
A lot
going by what Cash Patel
brand
said.
new questions about. Well,
I'm gonna start steel manning MAGA and just get more and more into the conspiracies, just to help explain to people how they fucking sound when they try to defend this shit.
And I'm telling you that there's videos and it's always been disputed what involvement some of those persons engaged in.
What? Hold on. I got it.
Need to start.
Nope.
Is defend.
Nope.
I'm not a.
I'll tell you this.
I don't like.
The premise of
no desire people.
And it can only good. It broke my ass. It can only good happen.
I like how you're just fast tracking through all those buttons trying to find the right one.
God, where is it?
It doesn't broke my ass. What the hell off?
Damn it.
Mikey, I say this with all the love in my heart. You need to name your fucking buttons.
I did.
That's the only way that you're gonna get the right one.
I don't think I added. It's the Roland Martin was like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
No, I got that, but my screen's not up. So, but yeah,
disagree with your analysis completely, but I want to be respectful.
Okay. Not particularly.
Not particularly.
When I do find it, boy, will it be funny.
What involvement they have? Did they spur on the crowd? Did they open the gates to allow them in? I don't know. These are questions, but they should be.
I thought you got the video.
Yeah, we got all the videos.
Watch the fucking video, brother. What are you talking about?
There's a whole book written about it at this point with all the videos. You can see everything.
We watched it live, dumbass.
It happened live, and I know that they live in a different reality from the rest of us. Like they live in some fucking alternate universe where nothing is as it seems. But we all saw it happen.
Me too.
They live in the fucking upside down. Okay.
I got that one.
The aircraft starts upside down and burning.
Redeemed.
Answered. And yes, there's a lot of investigation and discovery to go forward. We have a select subcommittee.
Nah, bro. The question was, what happened on January 6th when y'all was talking about following the law? That was the question. While you over here whiffling and waffling in the breeze.
Partisan, a committee that is reviewing the investigation of the original J6 committee. I mean, a committee investigating the previous committee. Why? Because it was so much.
Oh my God.
And that committee was rigged, I think. And I think my theory is, I've always believed that they got rid of evidence and they hid some of this. So all of it's going to come out.
Oh, my little Keebler elf brain thinks that they destroyed evidence. Who's done that recently? Can you think of anybody? How come you ain't letting out the Epstein file since you all about investigations all of a sudden?
Oh my God. They're like, oh, we're going to investigate the committee with another committee. Because we think that come on, dude. This is what I'm talking about. This is what these people are unserious.
Yeah. And unserious and really bad liars. Like really bad. Brother, we have been trying to get the Epstein files since y'all brought it up. Y'all brought it up, say, there's gonna be Democrats on the list, and y'all see. Yeah, get that shit. Yo, I don't even like you, but get that shit. Yo, get the list. Get it. And look, lo and behold, guess whose name popped up? Not Trump. Everybody but Trump showed up. I love about destroying evidence. This motherfucker is the only person Jeffrey Epstein didn't know.
Well, yeah, that's because they were best friends for 10 years. They lived in the same town with Howard Lutnick.
They used to golf cart over to each other's houses and shit, talking about some. I didn't even know him. Bitch, you had a parking spot at his crib. What you talk about?
The craziest part is there's videos of them like whispering sweet nothings into their ears and like talking to each other about, oh, isn't that woman attractive? Shouldn't we invite her to something later? Like, what is the disconnect? Why is this happening? God. What reality do they live in?
Brother.
I've seen this. They got the government saying the radical left has shut down the government.
This is I hope people are keeping track at home. This is the federal government's website. Define the radical left, you giant pimples on America's ass. Like what? How unserious, Tim?
It's
Mikey. Serious,
Mikey. It's time to partition the hard drive and hit Control F.
Yeah. Like
this is
a joke.
Yeah.
What a fucking joke.
It's time to save state and go back to before all this shit happened.
We got to boot from drive or boot from disk or something like that. We got to put in a new copy of Windows. We got to get a full wipe. Are you kidding me? The radical left in Congress shut down the government. HUD will use available resources to help Americans in need. The radical left.
The radical left.
Unbelievable.
How is Hakeem Jeffries and Senator Schumer the radical left?
No. Schumer's so radical, he voted with your punk ass. So what the fuck is going on? Oh my goodness.
Attention.
Oh yes. So this has a bit of a backstory. I was watching some pro wrestling last night on
Get in the ring with me for 3 minutes. Get out here, you little freak.
And there was some commercials, and one commercial kept replaying every commercial break.
Which one?
The one that Mikey's about to put up.
This one?
In Chicago law enforcement, you took an oath to protect and serve, to keep your family, your city safe. But in sanctuary cities, you're ordered to stand down while dangerous illegals walk free.
Oh, wait. What did I say? What did I say? Hold on.
You're ordered to stand down while dangerous.
ICE arrests over 350 gangers, including convicted murderers, child predators. And then there's Fox News is the site. Okay. ICE arrested 538 illegal immigrants, including those with violent criminal convictions.
Illegals walk free.
How come you won't let us see the dates? Arrested 5 illegal aliens convicted of violent crime. 5. I mean, you came out swinging for the fences here in the center. 350 gang members, and then you're like 5 people.
5. We got 5 of them.
Alleged serial killer nabbed. Alleged member of Tren de Aragua. Wait. That's from like 2 months ago.
Yeah. No.
When the hell? Why didn't you tell us? How come we didn't know? How come none of us have seen Tren de Aragua in Chicago? That's funny. Oh, wait. These aren't about Chicago. None of these are about Chicago. They're just posting headlines from their own fucking websites. Hilarious.
Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst.
Wait, did that say Polish?
Walk free. Join ICE
No,
and
I
help
think it just said police.
us catch the worst of the worst. Drug traffickers, gang members, predators. Join the mission to protect America.
Wait. What'd you say? Wait, say that again.
Illegals walk free. Join ICE and help us catch the worst of the worst.
Uh-huh.
Drug traffickers.
Didn't Trump just pardon the Silk Road dude? And he back out on the streets, getting back online, about to set up the shop again. But he gonna take Bitcoin this time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, drug traffickers, right.
Gang members.
Oh, right.
Predators.
Didn't you have a list of like all these dudes who was like, I don't know, in this criminal organization that was like trafficking young girls and boys to an island, and then like you was best friends with the motherfucker? Them kind of predators? And drug trafficker, are you talking about that ICE agent who got caught with 1,000 kilos of fentanyl coming over the border?
Right. Yeah. No, that guy. Yeah.
You're talking about how 98% of the fentanyl seized is in a minivan with white folks on vacation to Cabo
or Canada.
I'm just saying, if you, white people, look out! They're coming.
Join the mission to protect America with bonuses up to $50,000 and generous.
Except you're not finna get none of that because we ain't got no money.
Kay says this is for all the pearl clutching Napervillians.
Yeah, but they are not leaving their fucking manicured lawn to go sign up for this shit. What this is gonna get all the cops that are on the Brady list.
Look at you get a $50,000 signing bonus, student loan forgiveness, and generous benefits. Where are they getting that money from?
Not from Congress. That bitch shut down. Ain't nobody gonna cut your check, dog. All you National Guardsmen, all military, all y'all, no checks. Sorry.
Yo, they canceled student loan forgiveness for everyone else, but if you're an ICE agent, you get fucking student loan forgiveness. That's bullshit.
You think these inbred pieces of shit are going to college? What they gonna go to college for? They don't think college is a good idea. What are they gonna do? Philosophy? What they gonna learn? Mechanics?
Well, I mean, I assume that if they're going after cops, some of those cops have criminal justice degrees, right?
It's talking about some. You'll get a First Amendment when I say you do. These are some big dumb. Oh man, I was about to make it to the NFL looking ass boys. They ain't got no riz. They got no education. You can have a student loan forgiveness.
They're skibbity.
They're skibbity toilet is what they is. Hey Tim.
What?
What if we join ICE?
I can get my student loans forgiven.
And then we just suck. Hey, yo,
isn't that what ICE does?
Who keep leaving all the trucks on E? Oh, that's my bad. I was gonna fill it up, but I've been forgetting. All right,
man. Purposely fucking park the truck in like a towaway zone.
Oh, the truck. Oh shit. I didn't see the curb.
Oh.
I didn't see the curb was yellow. My bad. I was gonna feed the meter. Hey, yo, come pick us up. Famine, where you at? You're supposed to pick us up. Me and Tim are eating ice cream right now.
Put diesel in the gasoline engine.
I was helping.
The pumps look the same. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, before everybody put their mask on and we driving through traffic, I just like, all right, man, I'm getting kind of hot. Just lower all the windows. Like, we should infiltrate ICE and be their greatest.
Would be the worst ICE agents ever.
Just fuck all their shit up, bro. Who keep leaving the refrigerator open? That's my bad. That's my bad. But you did forgive them loans, though, right?
Benefits apply now. Join.ice.gov and fulfill your mission.
Oh wait, let's see if that website works. Oh shit, let's see if that website works. What is it?
Join.ice.gov.
.ice.gov.
Yo, hey, Uncle Sam's got a fucking beard, man. No more beardos. Oh my god. That's fucking hilarious.
Screenshot. You can't even Nazi properly because you ran out of money.
Oh my god. That's great.
Yo.
That's great.
Yo, what is $60,000 finna do? Boy, you better put that number up. What you talking about?
Where are they getting $60,000? Listen, $60,000 is most of my student debt. I'm signing up for ICE. I'm gonna be the worst ICE agent ever. How long do you got to be a member of ICE to get your student loans forgiven? That's what I want to know.
That's what we got to find out the particulars, because we can definitely get in there. And guess what? We get a bunch of brown people in there. I think they do have a lot of brown people in there.
Oh man, start like we go out to arrest people, like start like accidentally arresting white people.
He said, "Gracias." I grabbed him.
He said his name was Javier.
You see all them motherfuckers at Chipotle? Chipotle, that shit's way too spicy. They gotta be from somewhere else.
Start raiding Chipotles.
That's Taco Bells are next. I'm gonna be camped out in the bushes at the Taco Bell drive-thru, like, aha, closet Mexican.
Oh my God!
Talking about, bro? Get your ass in the van, motherfucker. Ordering a burrito. How you know Spanish all of a sudden, huh? I heard.
We watched yesterday. British kids trying Taco Bell for the first time ever. It was hilarious.
They have Taco Bell.
They just got Taco Bell.
Oh man.
The first Taco Bell opened in Dublin like a few weeks ago, and I think there's like 1 or 2 Taco Bells in the UK.
Look, I've said this before and I will say it again. That's what y'all get, because that's what the Mexicans did to us. They let us eat that dog shit for decades. Didn't tell us nothing about the Chihuahua cheese and the cotija cheese and chorizo. They didn't tell us about chorizo. It's fucked up, man. So yeah, y'all are getting it too. I hope y'all understand.
They tried like 3 or 4 different things, and one kid was like, "These are all the same. They're just like different ways of delivering it."
Got one already. I got one already. We'll be like,
no man, we'll be terrible. We'll put yakety sax over it. Some fucking
we be late every day. Like, the meeting was at 0800. Oh, you meant Easter? Oh, that's not bad.
Is that standard? Is that like Greenwich Mean Time? What are we talking here?
I thought they would be sleeping, so I figured I would get some rest too. So I didn't, get up before the criminals. That's a waste. That's funny. Dude, hilarious. I can't. Their website being down is hilarious.
We don't have the money, but do you want $60,000?
Think about what they're promising you. How they gonna give it to you? They're lying.
So to round out the story, I found out that several of the wrestlers on the show saw that those commercials were airing, and they're like, "Fuck ICE! Stop airing your shit during our show."
Ricochet back at me.
I think one of the wrestlers in particular, if people watch AEW, he's the current AEW world champion. Adam Page said, "Fuck ICE, get your shit off our show."
Yeah, bitch.
For the first time, calling for the removal of President Trump from office.
This on the same day the president said dangerous cities like Chicago should be used as training grounds.
Oh my God! Look at that ugly war zone.
Look at that hollowed out city.
I don't care who you are. If you get down here that looks like Whacker, if you get down there and you get inside Gotham for what it truly is, and you see the bridges and the skyscraper, it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. The architecture, it is gorgeous down there. And then the people that live in the surrounding towns and all that are pretty fucking cool. We don't put up with a lot of shit, but we're pretty cool once you stop being a bitch. Like, don't be a bitch. Yeah, Lower Whacker is different. That's the one that's up under there.
I would say the same thing if like you were if you're going around New York City and Manhattan and you were like hanging out by like Times Square and Broadway and all that, that's pretty cool. But like some parts of New York City are just Eric Adams has been there kind of stuff. Like it's shitty.
Yeah.
But New York City, like Manhattan, really nice. It's got some good parts. The halal food is delicious.
You know, I noticed he didn't go into the west side or the south side.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was marching around where the Garrett's popcorn and the bean are, but you didn't want to go to the hood. You didn't want to go out on Western. You don't want to hit them avenues. How about Madison? Just go over to Madison. With all your gear on, you'll need it. You'll need it. Get a juggernaut out in front because you'll need it.
For the military. Political reporter Chris Ty here now with all that and new details on the 100 military troops the president wants to send to Illinois. Chris?
Joe and Erica, even for two politicians that are political enemies and who spar regularly, this day stands out from the rest. You'll hear what they said here in a second. As for what troops are headed here, the likeliest will be from the Illinois National Guard, which insiders say Governor Pritzker has control over. From Washington.
We should use some of these dangerous cities as.
Oh, look at that high energy individual right there. Look at. Hey, y'all better start preparing for the real rapture, MAGA, because homeboy is not looking good. He's running out of steam. His little hot air balloon is slowly leaking air.
Over. From Washington.
We should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but.
Oh yeah, and I didn't get to say this. The Signal Gate guy went up there and lectured the generals for an hour. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Next to this motherfucker who said, "I only like heroes that don't get captured." Literally, probably the only redeeming thing in John McCain's life was that he didn't rat his people out. He didn't use his privilege to go home early. He stayed in a torture camp. Probably the only good thing he's ever done in his life. And that's what this little bag of gelatin with bone spurs had to say about him. Crazy.
Because we're going into
Alistair, thank you for the... Oh, shit.
These uppity women now.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Chicago very soon. That's
to Chicago.
Suggest that you're going to arrest people or that people don't deserve to be U.S. citizens when they are, just because they oppose the president of the United States. I mean, there is something genuinely wrong with this man. And the 20
fucking spent millions of dollars making them travel thousands of miles just to call them fat. Yeah, you could have emailed that, dog.
Yeah, seriously, that could have been like a text message or an email, a Signal chat.
Well, you could have hit him up on Signal if you was just gonna say that.
Fifth Amendment ought to be invoked.
Sparring continues, as does the planning for
I'm
which.
sorry, we laughed over it. Tell him again, Governor.
Fifth Amendment ought to be the United States. I mean, there is something genuinely wrong with this man, and the 25th Amendment ought to be invoked.
Sparring continues.
That's the off ramp y'all was looking for. How are we going Republicans? How are we going to de-MAGA ourselves once Trump is gone? Here's your off ramp. Put him in the crazy bin. Well, not the bin, but the crazy sack.
As does the planning for which set of 100 military troops are Illinois bound to help protect ICE agents and facilities as requested by the Department of Homeland Security.
I think the president's going to go and activate the National Guard, if it was my guess.
If the former head of the Illinois National Guard is right, it will require Governor Pritzker, who vehemently opposes Guard activation, to pass along the orders from the feds to Illinois Guard leadership if it comes.
Oh, man. I hope I don't lose that email.
Down, because he does sit atop the Guard's chain of command.
The governor cannot refuse to pass that order to the adjutant general or stop the process himself, unless he deems it completely illegal, and that's going to be a pretty broad swath.
Hayes would then expect Pritzker to almost immediately begin legal proceedings to stop it.
I'm sure his attorney general's office is.
Super chat from Alistair.
Ali says, do you think Trump's going to use the military to create chaos so they can block the midterms? The two Davies said that they think that's the plan, Mike and Timmy.
Just like
I put the Y on my name and took away from your name. It's funny because my brother's name is also Michael. And
gross.
Yeah,
Gross.
yeah. So it was often Mike and Timmy.
Mike and Timmy, wash up for supper.
Anyway,
They smell like puppies.
I think that is a plan. I don't know if it's the plan. I'm sure that Trump is using all this "we're going into the city" stuff to, I don't know, cause chaos. I don't know if it's to block the midterms. I think they're doing everything they can to have the midterms happen, but still win.
Well, because they know if they stop the elections, the cork is truly out.
Yeah.
Like that is the last cork. If he abuses that cork, who knows? But I like my chances. You know? Then it will be some bullshit going on around here. But I like my chances. Because on top of all of the like lib smearing and they're radical left and they closed the government. That shit only goes so far. When you tell Republicans you don't get to vote, like what if they wanted somebody who is more MAGA and now they can't put them in?
Yeah.
Like that sword cuts both ways. Go ahead and try and tell people that they can't have a vote. And you watch what happens. It ain't going to be 1,000 people. It's going to be millions of people descending on that fucking place. And I'm sorry, we have a great military, but it's not built for millions of fucking rednecks and pickup trucks.
Yeah.
It ain't built for that. It ain't built for that. So they better be very careful. Like you can ride the bull or you can be arrogant and stand in front of the bull. You're not riding right now, buddy. You're get out in front of your skis. Blocking the midterms would be very risky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, McCain also shut down the racist at a town hall who accused Obama of being a secret Muslim. Yeah, that little old white lady who was just racist as she could be. He's like, no, ma'am.
Ready to do something.
He's a good man and a Christian.
Pritzker saying his legal team's ready.
Immediately go to court. We're prepared to do that. Believe me when I tell you that the law is on our side when it comes to keeping troops out of the city and out of the state.
Illinois Republicans say Pritzker's part of the problem.
We've seen these tensions rise here at home, driven at times by our very own government.
Look at Karen over here with her 240p camera. Shut up, girl.
Governor, who just yesterday called agents jackbooted thugs.
That's what they are. Like, what is wrong with you? Just because you said the word slower doesn't mean they have any more relevance.
And further urging Illinoisans to fight with everything we have.
The call up of 100 not considered.
Hold on. Been prepping cooking. What you cooking? What you prepping?
Yeah, what's going on over there? I want food.
Yes.
Large in guard circles and could be mobilized fast.
Look at that. So if I just go into the block right behind them, I could just do all the crime I want because they're not looking that way because they're all in a big fucking pack. This is a great idea. These dudes are stupid. This is dumb. They're just making them march around, which is a waste of time and money.
Usually 48 to 96 hours for a full stand-up.
So you could conceivably have this in place next week if you put the pedal to the metal.
And by the way, crime is still on a decline. So who knows who they're like? Who knows what
that would be great.
Back to Governor Pritzker calling for President Trump to be removed from office. We just got a statement from the White House before we came on the air that says, among other things, quote, President Trump is deeply concerned with the safety and security of all Americans, including those in Chicago, and he's stepping in where J.B. Pritzker failed. That's the end of that quote.
Boy, you tripping. All right. How long have we been going? All right. Time for the heavy hitter. The one everyone's been waiting for. So, Tim, your best friend in the whole wide world. Ezra Klein. Oh, boy, she is screaming. Your best friend, Ezra Klein, put out an op-ed piece after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, all about how Charlie Kirk did politics the right way. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yes. I heard about that.
So Ta-Nehisi Coates, easily 10 times the writer of Ezra Klein. Ezra Klein can't even hold his fucking bathwater. Wrote a responding op-ed, and it was scathing. And to Ezra's credit, he invited Ta-Nehisi Coates onto his show. I got a pretty good spot for us right here.
You know what I mean? It's very, very important to me, given the post I have, to say I see you, but also this dude was wrong. And I'm all for unifying. I'm all for bridging gaps, but not at the expense of my neighbor's humanity. I just can't.
I think the thing we go to there, right? Not at the expense of my neighbor's humanity. Because I've gotten a lot of that in email, right? Like, how am I supposed to talk to these people? How am I supposed to deal with these people who are denying my humanity?
I'm not against talking to him about it. I'll talk to you very clearly.
Yeah, sure.
I have no problem with that.
I guess the place where I'm not even 100% sure if we disagree, if you just like sort of see your role differently, right? I think that in losing as badly as we have imperiled trans people terribly.
Yes.
Politics is for power.
Joe Biden did that.
Politics is for power. And so I think that the question I am just genuinely struggling with isn't how to have like a great kumbaya moment. But I think it is taking seriously that something we're doing is not working. I mean, I had Sarah McBride, who's the first trans member of Congress on the show. And, you know, we were talking about every single survey you can offer on like trans rights has gone in the wrong direction the past couple of years, right?
Here it comes.
It's begun to lose that argument terribly. And that has put people in real danger. So and
real quick, I have a real problem with the way Ezra Klein communicates. God damn, are you smug and condescending? Even if he's not trying to be, he is. Even when it's unintentional, it's thick and heavy. Like this downspeak already. And it bothers me. But keep in mind that this is the guy who was like sitting in Joe Biden's office, getting those one-on-one interviews. He was all about pumping up the status quo and keeping things the way that. And then they lost. And they lost big. And then he comes out and now he's trying to whitewash Charlie Kirk's history. And in a conversation with Barack Obama's guy, this is his response.
Take your point when you say, look, I want people to feel seen in my writing. And I want people to feel seen in my writing and my podcasting. But I think the place I'm trying to push towards is I think that there is a diminishment of the political coalition building that we now need to do, because we have come to the view that a pretty wide variety of people are in some ways kind of deplorables. I think it's weakened a bit in the last couple of years.
I would never use that language. Jesus Christ.
This is about the left, by the way. He's talking about the left.
But you think that
like that's not
there's deplorables on the left.
Okay.
So
I've never seen this, so I'm just trying to take it in.
Hillary Clinton, that's what, like, I would never say it like that.
That's great. I think it's good that you wouldn't say it like that, but and I'm not saying
I don't even think that, by the way. Like, right. I don't even focus on people that look, I am at war with certain ideologies and ideas, and I want them expunged. I want to turn them into phrenology. That's what I want. But I don't want the people, you know what I mean, out. Like when you start talking about who people are and their bones, like that.
So in a way, I'm not sure. I mean, in a way, I think we're saying something not too dissimilar here. I guess the place where I felt a lot of pushback, and maybe this was not your pushback, right? Was, the first piece I can just sort of, like, I accept that there's a disagreement on like what to do in the 24 hours after a death. Like, you feel like I was whitewashing the guy, and I felt like I was sort of. Yeah, I know you do. I know you do.
It's very upsetting.
I know you do. The second piece I did was
to Buckaroos from Progress Only. Thank you so much. Atheism is being considered domestic terror is wild. I'm not believing in your God, so do whatever you got to do. Like, do what you got to do, because I'm not getting across. I'm not doing all that shit. You can kiss my ass. It's not happening. Thank you, Progress.
Which I think you saw, was more about this question of what are we going to do living here in sort of two types of disagreement, right? One with a right that has, where Charlie Kirk has become sort of the center of it, right? He's not unusual for the MAGA coalition. He's a sort of uniting force within it.
I disagree with the premise. A lot of people have no idea who fucking Charlie Kirk is, except for a couple of fucking memes and like clips. Like, they don't watch his shit every week. Because when the quotes of him saying shit started coming out, these people had no idea. People were defending him, not knowing what kind of content he was, but they had face recognition because his face was enormous. And they would just, oh yeah, that guy, he's on our side. Yeah, I back him. They didn't know what he actually said. They didn't watch his shit.
I think more people know who like Ben Shapiro is than Charlie Kirk.
Or Tucker.
Or
like,
Tucker.
Like
yeah,
they're trying to act like
Tucker's their guy for sure.
Like they act like him and Tucker are interchangeable. No.
Yeah.
Kirk was all over like YouTube and shit. Like,
yeah,
Tucker was on TV. The MAGAs watch TV still.
Yeah, I think it's an age disparity, like you're saying. Yeah. Like the older folk, they watch Tucker Carlson, they watch Bill O'Reilly, they watch fucking Jesse Waters. The kids that Charlie Kirk was targeting on the internet and with TPUSA, that's the people who would know who Charlie Kirk is, because they've seen him, they've interacted with him, he's gone to their school.
I mean, he did the Jubilee, and then like people were like, "Oh, well, that's out of context." I'm like, "No, that's a clip from the Jubilee. Did you watch?" Like, well, I didn't see that thing. It's like, you're not a fucking Charlie Kirk fan. You didn't watch him on Jubilee? Like, no, dog, no. Because when Mehdi Hasan went on there, all the lefties flocked over there. Like, I hate Jubilee, but I do want to see how Mehdi did. Like, so God, everyone roots for their own guy. They didn't even root for his fucking Jubilee episode, to the point that they can't even recognize it in clips. Like, they don't even know.
So post Charlie Kirk's death, I think that now everyone knows at least a version of who he was, right? And then maybe it's not the truth, but they've heard about him to the point where in my former hometown, they had a "We Are Charlie Kirk" rally on the town at town hall.
You should have been in there with a camera and getting faces and names.
I didn't even know about it until Monday. It happened last week at some point. I didn't know about it until Monday because I went down there to do the farmers market and I saw fucking yard signs for it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? If I knew that it was happening, I would have gone down there and been like, what are you guys doing?
Stop yourself. Charlie Kirk was a groomer. Let's just get that out there. He groomed innocent minds to believe a toxic worldview and rhetoric. Personally, I would class him as a domestic terrorist. He was stochastic terror was like his maison d'etre. Like, that was his joint. He loved doing that shit. He loved riling people up for, I don't know what reasons, but it's a black guy's fault. Like, that's his job, was to rile them up to hate me, Mikey Famine, the horrible person.
Yep.
The dangerous criminal.
That's what they said at all the Turning Point rallies was that Mikey Famine, we got to get him. He's the worst.
So then when I go up to white people and I say, you know what he said about black people, he's like, well, that's out of context. Cool. That's your answer. You sure is that your final answer? And they're like, oh, why does he want to talk to me? Because you're a fucking racist, dog. And if you can't figure out that everybody keeps calling you a racist, it's probably because you're a racist. Right? And you're the last, like, I'm the last vestige getting to you to let you know. Other people should have let you know previously, but you've made it all the way to the final boss with no armor. Well, hi, I'm here now. You're a racist. It's just that simple. You don't see me as equal to you if you think that you can talk about me like that when I'm not in a room. If you're totally comfortable with dehumanizing people as long as they're not in front of you, not only does that make you a racist, that makes you a coward. Like, you're a pussy. Say that shit to my face. Tell me I'm not a man to my face. But you don't. You hide on the internet and you say what you want to do. So it's fine. But until they want to start saying it to my face, keep talking. Keep talking. Anyways, back to the whitewashing of Charlie Kirk.
And the kind of things he believed and the way he did his politics. And then 2, what are we going to do? Like, how are we going to be here with people? We're like halfway there, right? What does it mean to be in this political community together? What do you think about that question?
About how to live together?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I think it's a truth. You know what I mean? I think it's it's a foregone, like we are. I really, really believe that, there's no real choice about this. I'm not renouncing my American citizenship. They're not renouncing their American citizenship. So this then, as far as I'm concerned, is a contest of ideas and narratives. Again, all I can go to is my role as a writer. And my role as a writer is to state things as clearly as I possibly can, to make them in such a way that they haunt, to state truths, and to reinforce probably the animating notion of my politics. And that is that all humanity is equal and is worthy of that. And I actually think all of the sort of political and policy positions are, that I probably find myself in sympathy with, are attempting to affect that, in the real world. And again, I'm putting aside your piece, but I'm just thinking about the moment we're in. When I hear or see people who are honored and commemorated in such a way so that they almost become a national religious figure, and then I see their content, and I see that their content is actively destructive to humanity, I have to draw a line there. Like, I think, like, for me, like, the bigger question is, where are the lines? You know what I mean? And I think there's no problem with saying, listen, you can't hurl epithets at people. You're out if you do that. I'm sorry. Look, you want to have a debate about whether we should have affirmative action, in colleges? I'm here for it. You want to have a debate?
What does it mean to be on the other side of the line?
What do you mean? What does it mean?
Well, let the man answer the question.
Like, who even asks that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, so I just can't. So you're saying if there's some level of bigotry, like there's like consequences for it? Like again, I can't stand this fucking guy, because when you live in this hyper elite bubble of being the star of the New York Times, you have at some point sold out to the point where you can't connect with real people anymore. If he was the one that was at risk, he would talk different. But if you were a part of the politics where people were getting, yes, like if you're part of the population where you're being oppressed, you know the answer to that question. But you're over here. Well, what do we mean by like they've crossed the line? Come on, dog. Are you truly not on anybody's side about anything, where you've never had this question internally? No one's ever gone too far? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
What is it? So once somebody's on the other side of the line,
right?
What does that mean for you?
For instance, once you think it's okay.
No. Well, yeah,
no, I'm trying to make this concrete.
Yeah, no, I am too.
Yes.
Once for whatever the definition of the line is,
right?
What does it mean for you for somebody to be on the other side of it, right? Not somebody who just died,
right?
But somebody still living,
right? If you think it is okay to dehumanize people, then conversation between you and I is probably not possible.
And so what do you do with the fact that so many people think that is okay?
I think what you try to do is, again, this is the difference, right? Like, I don't necessarily have the crystal ball to say that in this time, I'm going to be able to convince a majority of people that, for instance, let's just take the thing that's hot right now. Trans folks are human beings and deserve humanity. Although I think most people know that you shouldn't say what he said. Like, that shit is rude. It's just rude to talk to people like that. And I think most people know that. So as I'm thinking my way through the question, I actually think that's not a hard line to draw. I think not calling people out of their name, I think that's actually a basic value that most people have. And I think people who think it's not, who are pushing that, are actually themselves on the other side of the line.
But so I want to hold on this for a minute because I do think this is like a very
and that's
core
different
question.
from policy, Ezra.
Yeah, I understand it's different than policy.
That's different than policy.
I think that one just reality is the president of the United States is a person who in his comportment as a human being on the public stage, I would have said in 08, in 12, in 16, should be on the other side of the line.
Yeah.
I think he's a person who does not act with any sense of public or even personal decency.
Right.
And then he won in 16, lost sort of narrowly in 20 and then won in 2024. And I think the thing that has led to for me is recognizing that I don't get to draw the line. Now, it doesn't mean I don't have one in my own heart.
All right. Well,
and
that's where me and Ezra Klein depart ways.
And
I was willing to hear him out.
And one more caveat, because I don't want to play the whole thing. He said that they should have run some pro-life Democrats in the Midwest. Like they should have ran some Democrats who want to ban abortion in an effort to prevent Trump from banning abortion.
But him saying that he doesn't get to draw the line for himself does that mean that he doesn't believe that his morals matter?
He doesn't believe in anything.
I was going into this thinking I was gonna hear him out and that he was gonna make some points and the other guy was gonna make some points and it was a worthwhile discussion to have. But when Ezra's like, what's the line? And who am I to say what the line is? Because Trump has changed the culture. Like, dude, that's the whole point. That's Trump's entire point, is he changed the culture. He made it more crass. He made it so that you can go out and say epithets about races and genders and that kind of stuff and not have any repercussions. He made it so that the Charlie Kirks of the world can go to schools and say whatever the fuck he wants without any repercussions. That's the entire point. You're giving up the ghost at that point. You're giving up the whole argument when you say, who am I to draw the line? You're a person of principle, right? We're people of principle. That's what it is.
Moral agents.
Back in the day, in medieval times, they would be considered men of honor. We have ethics,
chivalry.
But if you're saying that your ethics don't matter because you don't get to draw the line, other more important people get to draw the line, or culture gets to draw the line, then what's the point, bro? What is the point?
Couple of good comments from the chat. McKinnon says Charlie Kirk was just some cringy dude that never escaped his high school phase and learned how to make money with it. That's literally it. Explains so much behind MAGA's mental depth. Yeah. He got famous because he didn't get into West Point and a girl did. And he wrote a book about it. Or wrote a blog about it or something like that. And then they were like, oh yes, he's so great. Let's give him all this money so we can start 30-point US. Like, it's been a grift since the beginning. Kay in the chat says shitlibs want to give him credit for being effective in coalition building, but all he did was tap into pre-existing deep well of racism and bigotry. His coalition is the grandkids of Klansmen. ICE is the Klan, if you guys haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
I was going to pull up a bunch of historical clips of the Ku Klux Klan so you guys can understand what they are and understand it is exactly what ICE is being used as. It's the Klan.
And so coalition building in political science has a certain connotation and a certain term. It has a certain definition that means that if you're coalition building, you're bringing different groups of people together to form a political coalition. And that is, coalitions change over time. Yes.
The fascists have claimed cultural hegemony. Doesn't that make them right? No, dumbass. Fucking dumbass Ezra.
What what we learned from the 2016 election was that the Obama coalition that elected him twice was split in certain parts of the country because Trump had a certain message, and so there were people that voted for Obama and then voted for Trump because they either didn't like Hillary, or they liked the economic message that Trump had, or they just liked his fascism. Like, that's one of the things they just liked. Trump did not have the same coalition of people going into 2020, which is what lost him that election.
Right.
Like in 2016, he made the districts and the counties that were already red, he made them redder. People who hadn't voted in elections voted in that election. That's why he won not the electoral vote, or he won the electoral vote, but not the popular vote. Like he did the Southern strategy and it worked.
No, I'm not going to let you do revisionist history. The DNC torpedoed Bernie, and that's why.
Yes, no, that is part of it. But I'm saying in the general,
that's what they had the W in their pocket the whole time and decided to get to the 1 yard line and drop that shit on the floor. Like,
yes,
they through the election by putting Hillary instead of Bernie.
Well, but that was also part of it because a lot of people who voted for Bernie Sanders in the Democratic primary ended up voting for Trump because they saw Bernie and Trump as these outsiders who were going to change things. Populists, yeah. They were populists. And then in 2020, when it was Biden and Trump, round number one, Biden had the message that I'm not Trump.
Right.
And he's made it terrible, and COVID was going on and all that other stuff. And the people who voted for Obama and then Trump then voted for Biden because they were like, this is bad.
Getting out of control.
Right. But now in round number two, after Biden shit the fucking bed
and co-signed on a genocide.
Right. And the Democrats made many mistakes that led to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris losing that election. They could have won it handily if Joe Biden didn't run. And
year
and
two, he should have been like, all right, guys, y'all remember Kamala, right? This is my girl. Hey, Kamala, come on up. Even if I don't want her to be the candidate, you have to introduce her to the public. You have to groom the public to be ready for her and make a runway for her to walk out on.
And if you look at the people who voted for Trump in his reelection in 2024 and the people that voted for Trump all the way in 2016, they're not the same people. It's not the same coalition. So what is going on with coalition building? Trump is targeting just increasingly more racist, more homophobic, more transphobic people, and over the years it has been more acceptable by Trump for those people to come out and say those things and do those things and vote for him for that reason. It wasn't the same in 2016. Yeah, it wasn't the same in 2016. Right. There wasn't the cultural acceptance of that then. Everyone was like, oh my God, this Trump guy, what is he saying? He's very racist and all this stuff. But now, just because Trump says it's acceptable and we've been saying it for a decade, Ezra thinks that it's fucking acceptable to just say, oh, well, there's not a line there anymore. Like, who am I to say what morals should be? The morals should be the same regardless.
Why are they changing, Ezra? They don't change, Ezra. If you support trans rights in 2016, you cannot throw them away in 2024 and expect them to vote for you. You cannot expect their allies to want to vote with you. And his thing of ally building is just like, who can we also backpack on the hate of? When the whole thing of progressivism is to improve the material conditions, dog. That's all you fucking have to do. All this pageantry, motherfucker could come up there with 16 eyes and a green nipple. If he said that everybody got free healthcare, guess who's winning the goddamn election hands down? It's going to be 80-20.
Yeah.
Because do what they want. But when you want to, and the legacy and the don't nobody give a shit about that pageantry, dog. Bills is due.
And I guess here's my overall problem is that Ezra was basically saying, well, we can't do anything about populism. It's gotten out of hand and we might as well just fucking go with the flow. I disagree. Populism is ultimately disastrous. If you're just giving in to the whims of the people, regardless of what they think, that's a problem.
If you have it structured and organized that I would like to get this done for the people, and then you say, hey, it might take me some time, but this is like, we're going to work on healthcare first. Everybody else's projects are going to have to slow down. We're focusing on this right now. And all of my agenda is towards this. People respect that. Like, even if you set smaller goals and then actually complete the goals, they will give you another chance to do bigger and better things. Like, we know this, but they act like voters are just going to be like that's why they're over here trying to home run swing every fucking election, because nothing actually is getting done in the meantime. There's no baby steps happening at all. It's just big chunks of shit getting taken away and then swinging for the fences for, oh, I'm going to cancel student loan debt. And then he didn't fucking do it, except for everybody who worked in DC. Good for them. Right? Like, all the interns in DC got all their shit forgiven, but everybody else just fuck them, I guess. Oh, I tried.
I mean, they did like improve if you were a federal employee or if you were a teacher, your student loan forgiveness was easier to attain, but they didn't just like outright, and they forgave a lot of student debt for people who have disabilities. But like everyone else kind of got left out in the lurch when they said, hey, we're going to put this program together to give everyone student loan forgiveness. Like, I signed up for that when when Biden was like, we're going to do student loan forgiveness. Here's the thing that you have to fill out. I filled it out. I was like, $20,000 student loan forgiveness. Let's go. And then when the Supreme Court said no, Biden was just like, sorry, guys.
Apparently he could have just did it anyway.
Yeah, he could have just when the Supreme Court said the president is not liable for anything he does as president, Biden just should have been like, well, student loan forgiveness gone for everyone. Gone.
Debt gone. How about that? And he didn't. So this is the thing. So we have to fucking invite the racists in, invite the transphobes in, invite the forced birthers into our coalition.
Yeah.
Which is larger than their coalition, by the way. But people are unmotivated to vote for this side of things because they don't actually they don't do anything.
Yeah. Well,
they just make us play fucking Hunger Games about who can and cannot be on the island.
Right.
Like, instead of just fixing the fucking island.
We go back in time, and if Bernie Sanders had won the first primary,
oh my God,
and we had President Bernie Sanders for 8 years, I assume.
Feel the burn, baby.
It would be a very different place. And I don't think the Ezra Kleins of the world would be whining about it. I think that he would be like, victory.
Oh, yeah, claiming victory for his brilliant strategy. And I knew if the Democrats did what I said they would do. He's like playing both sides to the middle here.
If Bernie Sanders had won, this book wouldn't exist.
It's that simple.
There wouldn't be an abundance. Ezra Klein would have written some other more progressive book. I think he's just fucking going with the flow, man. I think he's just, hey guys, we got to deal with it. And that article that he wrote about Charlie Kirk was ridiculous.
It's whitewashing.
It was whitewashing. And I think that he is just one of those people that just fucking goes with whatever. He's a fucking Johnny come lately.
Yeah. And that's not the politics we need right now.
No, he's a fucking Chuck Schumer is what he is.
Right. But they feel like that this politics thing is like an industry. Like if you're like that John Tapper. John Tapper, the guy. No. John Tapper, the restaurant guy.
Oh, the bar rescue guy. Yeah.
So that guy talks business a different way than he talks to customers.
Yes.
Ezra Klein is a customer pretending like he's one of these business owners, like he's in the mix of it, but he doesn't fucking understand any of it. He is the guy sitting at the end of the boardroom, at the end of the thing. He gets to have his little tape recorder and he gets to listen on the, but these are not real people. These are all of the elites of a certain sector of the country who have no idea what's going on in America, who have no idea that what they're saying is hurtful and wrong and doesn't work.
We got a $5 super chat from Kay. The cure for populism is class consciousness and solidarity. The shit lives internationally, intentionally muddy the waters around class. They do the fascist work for them.
Yep.
And I agree. I mean, that is one of the things that like a Bernie Sanders or an AOC would bring up. Or our new favorite guy, Graham Plattner. It's
Plattner.
Graham Plattner. That's his entire fucking thing, man, is class consciousness. And I don't have the screen up, but fighting the oligarchy.
Fighting the oligarchy. Fucking Optimus Prime.
The Democrats need to come up with that. The Democrats need to come with that message of, hey guys, we're literally in the trenches here and we're fighting the oligarchy. We gotta stop this.
We gotta get you guys some shit back.
And
like fight to claw, like represent yourself as the fighter who is going to claw individual benefits back for everyone in America. I'm gonna get your this back. They took it, but I'm gonna get it back. They took this, I'm gonna get it back. That's where rebuilding is where we need to be. Resecuring the American dream and the social contract, reassuring people that still exists and that there is even a reason to look for it again is important. Because right now this motherfucker is not. I'll point this way. This motherfucker is over here promising.
This motherfucker over here.
He's promising winning lottery tickets, right? Yeah. And these motherfuckers are gambling addicts who are on their last dollar, and they're just, I got to do something. Like, these dudes are freaking the fuck out just because, like, there's a Mexican restaurant in their town. You know?
Well, I mean, going back to, I think a conversation from last week, you know, the Democratic Party is the problem. They're full of rich motherfuckers. They are the oligarchy. And, you know, the few progressives that are in there fighting in the trenches don't have enough power. There's so few of them and they don't have enough power. And we watched a long time ago an interview between Bernie and AOC where Bernie said they literally kept me down.
Right.
Because they didn't want to hear my ideas. They didn't want me to have any sort of power because it was dangerous for the Democrats to do that.
They might lose donor money.
You're fighting the system and you're fighting the other system at the same time. If you're a progressive, you're literally fighting two battles at the same time. You're fighting the Democrats, who at this point are just center right. They just are. And you're fighting
they're just right, you know.
And you're fighting the government at this point too, because we saw earlier that the government is blaming the radical left for shutting down the government.
The ICE thing had a sorry cannot compute.
But that's what it's coming down to. We got to fight all the battles and hope.
Yeah, I don't know that, because clearly the MAGA agenda is failing. It's already failing, and it's only going to make it harder and worse for everybody, MAGA included. The problem with the left is, where is Project 2028? Where is a restructuring of the social contract? Where is the think tanks trying to right the ship? Don't worry about what the Republicans are doing. What does the country need, and what are we going to do as a party to help address that need? They cannot stop like licking Trump's feet. All they care about is Trump. That is why y'all lost both times. Stop worrying about him. Stop focusing on him. Stop giving him attention. Pay more attention to the fucking citizens than you pay attention to the orange motherfucker. Y'all making all this shit about, you should have put his ass in jail then when he fucking committed all those fucking crimes. But I don't want the optics to be bad. Well, there you go. You didn't want the optics to be bad because you're also crooked and you didn't want him to come after you when it was all said and done.
Yeah.
How about this? Don't commit crimes and then nobody can come after you. Radical statement. Stop breaking the fucking law. How about that? Bitches. Yeah, I said it. So now all the newspapers are starting to cover the stabbing.
Oh yes.
In UK.
And on top of all that, you know, the Democrats are not focusing on, like you said, the things that they should be focusing on, like how Trump is dismantling the job market. There was a report that came out yesterday, and amidst all that bullshit that sort of overshadow it, where private payrolls have shrunk by, what was it, like 20,000 jobs? So the economic data is not good.
Oh, and we're not going to get our numbers for what was it? The jobs numbers. And then there was a couple of, you know, those big economic reports that are coming out.
Yeah.
Well, they were supposed to come out in like this week and next week. So because the government shut down, well, I guess we'll just have to not put those reports out showing how fucking shitty this fucking economy is going. It's like, yeah, that's fine. It's just going to make the next time that we get those numbers look even worse.
Yeah. Now, here we go. Reports show that hiring is at the lowest point it's been since 2009. Not a good year to have low hiring. And the shutdown's not going to help things.
Love me some Angela Davis. No, this is, and again, they keep acting like you can just, well, we'll just blame the Democrats. Brother, you bragged about doing this. Like, you bragged about doing this to the American people, and now you want to say it's not me doing it? You bragged. Remember your big, beautiful bill? That's what this is. We told y'all that this was going to go up as shit in a fucking ceiling fan. We told you. And now you want to say, well, I don't know why there's shit all over the room. No. You go get the rubber gloves and you clean this shit up. Don't open the government back up at all until they insist on putting that shit back in there for Medicare so that these insurance companies do not bankrupt this country. Same thing.
Well, I mean, it's, you know, the Trump organization now.
Yeah.
God,
we all work for the Trump organization.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
But
fuck Ezra Klein.
Yeah, no, seriously.
You don't speak for anybody. Nobody wants to hear you.
He's just a fucking waffler. He should stick to writing about history. He shouldn't get involved in politics. Because
who knows? He just fucking rewrote the story on Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, it's
maybe
true.
We can't trust you with history. Maybe you should just do predictions.
What, like Nate Silver?
I mean, that way, so when he's wrong, you're like, well, I actually didn't know what I was talking about. So,
well, you see, what the prediction was saying was that there was like a 5 in 10 chance.
Yeah.
We didn't really know. Whatever, guys. Your job is to fucking do stats. You should have been better at it. Oh, wasn't there another? There was a Trump video in there about Trump's health and how he's not doing good. I think I threw it in there.
What are you talking about? He's young bull, strong.
About how his brain no worky anymore.
Partially.
Tim, you better watch your fucking mouth. You understand?
Broke my ass.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
And it can only good happen.
Shadowed by Donald Trump's outrageous statements to several hundred generals from all over the world gathered in Washington yesterday that he wanted.
Real quick, did you see Hillary Clinton decide to show her ghoulish face up on fucking what's it called?
Man, I don't
She
care.
looked
about
like
anything.
Laura Loomer with all the work she got in that damn face. Cheekbones on permanent fucking chipmunk mode, just permanent. I'm like, girl, just go away. Go drop your husband off at the DOJ so he can get his go ahead and get his situation squared away. They can figure out where to put him, and you can go to Martha's Vineyard and just stay over there. Okay?
Yeah.
Just stay over there, and then he can go to jail, and you can have a whole new show. Yeah, you can have your own. You can have a show like Oprah, like The Red Table. You could do that. Just do that. Don't talk anymore.
Use U.S. cities as training grounds, his words, for the military, was his striking low energy and rambling during his hour-plus speech. From the New York Times reporting on yesterday's address, quote, for a 79-year-old, he's often shown a great deal of energy, but he seemed a bit sapped Tuesday. As his remarks went on and on, his voice took on a more monotonous quality. A day earlier, when he spoke at the White House while standing beside Mr. Netanyahu,
the premise
Trump
of your
sounded
question.
out of breath at times, end quote. And from the Washington Post, quote, Trump, who draws energy from instantaneous feedback, appeared to speak more slowly than usual and in a monotone, seemingly affected by a largely mum audience, end quote. It is true, the generals were a different.
I'm talking about all these motherfuckers was sitting at their desk with their black coffee, sipping their black coffee, and then they get the news report in that fucking Hegseth had put everything out on Signal, and that coffee sprayed across all branches of the government simultaneously, all over the newspaper. Each and every one of them spit that shit out, and then they got called fat. Hey, if you're a fat general, that's okay. We don't body shame it here at the Bitten Podcast Network.
Type of audience than a raucous.
Bro, look at them. Look at the ribbons. Look at the ribbons. Come on, dog. Let me see your Hey, Hegseth, go put your uniform on.
Yo, he had his ribbons on when he was talking to them. You didn't see him because he had like 3 of them.
That's what I'm saying. Hegseth, go put your uniform on and put your ribbons on it. I want to see something. Because these are 4-star generals in the these are for Ranger School and shit. Like, so these are Army guys.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You literally couldn't go get coffee for them. You're not qualified. Like, what the fuck?
The generals were a different type of audience than a raucous MAGA Trump fest. Military brass are not supposed to react to political speeches. They are.
Hey, Hegseth totally knew that.
Yeah.
He totally knew that. That's why he had all those applause breaks written into the thing, because he totally he knows about the military. He was in it. Don't you remember? I was in it for a little bit.
He was in it for like a hot minute. Cup of
He
coffee.
was only in it for like 4 years longer than me. Oh, I did ROTC, so maybe I might have them on years.
Supposed to remain apolitical, and they did. But Trump's demeanor has led to different questions, to questions about whether or not Donald Trump is unwell. Yesterday at this hour, as we were coming on the air in this
it could
hour,
only good happen.
We started with Democratic Congresswoman Madeleine Dean. She joined us to talk about the government shutdown, but literally seconds before she came on the air, as we saw her getting ready in the shot on the wall, we saw a confrontation take place between the Congresswoman and Speaker Mike Johnson. And she confronted him about a lot of things. Frankly, all the things you want to see Democrats fighting for and saying to Republicans, she said and did. And one.
Did you see that guy said he has Mike Johnson's Grindr profile?
No.
Some dude said he has his Grindr profile and his IP address to prove it's him.
Oh shit.
And he said because they're not gonna, that lady won in Arizona and she needs to get sworn in.
What about his son and their accountability app?
Yo, Mikey got 2 phones. What you talking about?
He's got a burner.
Yeah, he got the porn phone and he got the regular phone that his son's connected to, you know. Duh. Why are there 18 phone lines for your house, Mike? Nothing.
Donald Trump's fitness.
My BBW.
Watch what our cameras caught
phone.
and note how his immediate response is not to say she's wrong about any of it.
The president is unhinged. He is unwell. What
a
are
lot
you
of folks
doing?
on your side are too. I don't control.
Boy,
Whoa, that's deflecting. Come on, bro.
My God, please. That performance in front of the generals, that
I didn't see
is so dangerous.
I didn't see it. Bitch, you don't have nothing else to do. You're closed.
You're not even in, they're not even there today, Mikey. They're not there. Remember when we talked about they have no schedule? They weren't there all week. Speaker Johnson was there to do interviews.
He said, I didn't catch it.
I wasn't there. He said, I didn't see it. You're going to have to show me the clip. He hasn't been there all fucking, they haven't been there all fucking week.
Okay. We're almost done here.
You know I serve on foreign affairs and appropriations. This is a collision of those two things. Our allies are looking elsewhere. Our enemies are laughing.
I just left
You
the
have a
speaker's,
president who is, you have a president who is unwell.
A lot of folks on your side are also unwell. Okay. The speaker said he missed the speech. We know a lot of folks on that side tend to catch the program, so we put together a little highlight reel.
Oh boy.
I've never walked into a room so silent before. That's enough to buy a lot of battleships, Admiral.
Boy.
Yo, when he started talking about, we need battleships. If I was an admiral, I would have fucking left. But like, what do you mean?
Just got up and walked out, Blake.
Like, I came up with this idea. It's called Battleships. Have you guys seen Battleships?
He's talking about the movie. He never played the game. He just, I saw this really great movie called Battleships.
Oh my God, that movie was so bad.
Why would they make a movie out of that? Because we'll pay for anything. That's fine. yes.
Yeah, have you guys heard about the Yamato? What a great battleship.
How about old Ironsides, huh? Clap it up for old Ironsides.
He wants an 18th century 3-masted battleship. Runs on fucking wind.
No one talks about the Spanish Armada anymore. Well, maybe they should.
Hey, have you guys heard about these ironclad ships? They're great. I saw them in the Civil War Museum.
Some ships underwater. They go underwater. They're called subships.
I think we should maybe start thinking about battleships, by the way.
Oh my, oh my God.
Like I'm on stairs, like these stairs. I walk very.
Oh my God, the stairs shit was so great. You want to talk about grandpa whistling in the woods? This motherfucker is on his own planet. On his own planet.
Like I'm on stairs, like these stairs. I walk very slowly. Nobody has to set a record. Just try not to fall. Because it doesn't work out well.
That is literally what he tells himself. Just don't fall.
Don't try to break the record for stairs. Obama's already got it.
What do they call him? Cankles McSomething or other?
Oh.
Is defending Cankles, McTaco Tits, and owning the libs. That's their.
It's a fall, and it just became a part of their legacy. And it was really a stupid person that worked.
Man, I hope I get reincarnated as a drop of water and I can go back in time and I can make him slip down some stairs. That would be so fun.
So I mentioned the word nuclear. You can't let people throw around that word.
The N word.
Call it the N word.
All right.
There are 2 N words and you can't use either of them. But the firemen.
Boy, you know you used the other one. Don't cap. You know you used the other one.
There are so many reports of him yelling the other one in the Oval Office.
Get out of here. And we ain't talking about nuclear. Motherfucker, you so full of shit. You act like we don't know who your daddy was. The Klansman? Remember when you used to put the little C for colored on people's applications for apartments in your little slums? Come on, bro. And you just call them coloreds? You didn't call them nothing else?
Go up in ladders.
Central Park 5 much? Come on, man.
And you have people shooting at him.
It was Nachos. Nachos is the other N word.
Anybody heard that? And I said, don't talk about it much, but I think you have to. Our firemen are incredible.
He thought the N word was knife.
But I defended them anyway. One of our next guests, Tom Nichols, echoes what Congresswoman Dean brought up with the speaker, writing this in The Atlantic, that Trump, quote, is not okay. Quote, in 1973, an Air Force nuclear missile officer named Harold Herring asked us,
You know, we could have a little mouse spinning the wheel.
question during a training session. Quote, how can I know that an order I received to launch my missiles came from a sane president? The question cost him his career. Military members are trained to execute orders, not to question them. But today, both the man who can order the use of nuclear arms and the man who would likely verify such an order gave the man disgraceful and unnerving performances. The man who would likely, how many officers left the room asking themselves Major Herring's question? That question is where we start the hour with some of our favorite experts and friends. Staff writer at The Atlantic and a contributor to The Atlantic.
Oops. Oh man, my computer's acting really weird. Oh no.
It's far and wide. Mike Johnson allegedly was a little bit, how to put it, proactive on, let me just show you. Yeah, on that, all right? Yeah, spell it out, all right?
Is there an I in it? Or is it just like
And one
simplified?
individual, he posted a video last week, which I saw. And in that video, well, that's on the weekend, I think it was, he stated that Michael Johnson, the Speaker of the House,
Grinder Johnson.
It's getting jiggy with it, all right? With winks.
Smack a mic.
Hey, all right, on that site. And we all know whenever there is some kind of a Republican gathering, Grindr almost crashes, and sometimes it does crash.
He's very popular. So when he goes to CPAC, that motherfucking Grinder shuts down, baby. They're all trying to get that swipe right.
We know what Republicans are. They're closet gays. You know you are. Just come out, be honest yourself, you know.
You need to shave your fucking faces and get in shape. I want glistening general bodies.
Yes. Well, this young lad is the one who, well, say he's not young, but who actually.
Oh yeah, that's the video I
published
saw.
Video. Now that video has been scrubbed. You can't find it anywhere.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
It's whoever had it on, that video on their channel on TikTok. Well, they're being community guideline strikes and what have you. You know, established channels who have, you know, do his video. Now this geezer here is petrified now. And he just made a statement a couple of days ago where he was talking to his lawyers. And now, yesterday, he made another statement saying he's had advice from the lawyers. He's handed all the material over, the evidence, screenshots and shit like that, IP addresses of Mike Johnson's, how to put it, nocturnal activities, and maybe sometimes in the day. Mm-hmm. And his threat, you see, was to Mike Johnson saying you need to sign that.
How did I do that?
Democrat in, you know, because she's a deciding vote.
I didn't do that.
Now,
what did I do?
Absolutely. Oh, let me show you. There you go.
Well, it's Wednesday, 2:00 Eastern Standard
You're not
Time.
death threats.
And if you're going to listen to this video, please listen in its entirety. Okay? I would refer to my video yesterday when I told you that I had provided this information to my legal team, and it was then provided to a trusted media outlet. I no longer have this information in my possession.
Oh, that didn't tell me much. I knew that part. But yeah, that was the guy. For sure, that was the guy.
Atlantic Daily Newsletter. Tom Nichols is here. Also joining us, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant General Mark Hertling is here. Also joining us at the table, former Assistant U.S. Attorney and President of the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights, Maya Wiley is here. Tom, I'm
Motherfucker look like
sure you've
Sam
heard
Eagle.
from all sorts of your own sources. I heard from a couple of mine, and I was interested in the fact that this was the first issue they raised. I mean, of course, there's the objectionable line about our cities being training grounds. There was the whole Hegseth debacle, if you will. But the first thing my sources raised was how Trump seemed. And I wonder if that's what you heard and that's what inspired the piece.
What inspired the piece was Trump. That as I was watching it in real time, and I was looking at the audience, and I've sat with and lectured to military audiences for most of my adult life. I just had to wonder what they were thinking, because military officers don't go to MAGA rallies. Senior officers don't have a lot of time to sit and watch footage on cable news. And I think for most of them, this was the first time they'd really gotten a major helping of 180 proof undiluted Donald Trump, and just had to sit there for almost an hour and just watch him.
I'm gonna win all the wars. I'm making peace. Peace and war. That's the two things I do best.
And I assume, that, and I did hear afterwards that a lot of folks were like, he just doesn't seem well. He's not okay. I'm not a doctor. I'm not making a diagnosis. I'm saying as a layperson and a man of advancing years myself, that I looked at the president and I thought, he's not okay.
I'm going to blank your blank.
It's not just his physical demeanor. I mean, I think for too long, we haven't been willing to talk about the weird rambling,
Can we talk about the smell?
Yeah.
He's permanently shitting himself. Like, that's a sign, right?
What the president tries to call it the weave. It's not the weave. It is.
He tries to call it the weave. I've never heard that shit. Does he?
Yeah. He's been calling that for years.
The weave. No,
you ask me about immigration. I start talking about Arnold Palmer's dick. And then Dick leads to Dick Tracy, who was an investigator who investigated crime that the migrants are doing.
The weave.
That's the weave.
It's called stream of consciousness.
It's called, what did you say? I can't.
Where am I right now?
I can't hold your question in my head while I'm talking. It disappears. And then I hope to loop back around.
Emotional disordered condition where he just can't hold a thought in his head. And I think when you're lecturing, speaking to 800 admirals and generals, that audience is going to notice it a lot more than the MAGA audiences at rallies.
She had to have a fucking Sharpie. She had to. She couldn't just fucking sit there and let the guy fucking talk. MSNBC is the goddamn worst. I don't care. Like, I don't want Trump to go after their fucking business, their broadcasting license, but you need to go after their motherfucking papers and Sharpies. Get them, Trump. Get them. I'm sick of this shit. It's got too much.
It's like they forget they have a lapel mic on, and if they're writing, it's going to pick up everything.
Because they do this. They lean over and start writing because they're off camera. Because they can't see because they're old. Put some glasses on. Leaning over the thing. Listen to this.
That audience is going to notice it a lot more than the MAGA audiences at rallies who are looking at their phone or laughing or not really paying attention. And it just disturbed me, and I thought it was time to say something about it.
General Hertling, your thoughts?
Yeah, Tom.
I had to listen to your marker for fucking 30 seconds, and you said, next person, your thoughts? Come on, man.
I heard from quite a few.
Is that Sam the Eagle? Is that the guy?
Who were in the audience last night.
Oh, yeah.
And,
brother.
Heard some of the same thing.
Y'all act like I'm being mean. Come on, man. That's him.
He's just wearing a different suit.
Look at the ears and the hair. It's perfect.
And the eyebrows.
That it was meandering was the word that came up with one. And
dude's a general.
Disconnected thoughts. And I'd agree completely with Tom. When you know you're going into an audience of that kind of folk, the people who are the generals and admirals and their senior enlisted advisors, you know you got to be on your game. You got to talk straight. You really got to be precise in your language. In fact, that's one of the things I learned at the War College from a guy like Tom, saying, precise language is critical and communication is important when you get to the strategic ranks, because what you say is what people act on.
Broke my ass.
One of the individuals that I talked to last night, said that, and I know this guy, he likes to take very meticulous notes. And he was saying he gave up taking notes
halfway through the speech because none of them were connecting.
His notes
Can you
was like
imagine?
this. His notes was like, wait, what? Wait,
You
that goes over here. What?
Being that guy, writing down. All right, okay, yeah. Stairs. What
Stairs.
the? All right.
Not a race.
Battleships?
Not a race on the stairs. Okay.
There's
We should
two N.
we should
N-words?
we should fucking do that. We should run his whole speech and we'll both have a piece of paper and we're not going to slow it down. We have to catch it in time. So I don't know if that's 20 minutes or whatever. We won't do it right now. But we should probably do that for like a Patreon or something like that.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
we'll like
yeah.
and then we'll read our notes back to each other for both of our summaries of the speech because that actually would be funny.
That sounds hilarious.
If we actually took notes on his actual word, like no outside distractions, no pausing, no jokes. We're just gonna dutifully report what he's saying. Yep.
Oh, battleship. Okay.
Battleships. Ships.
Ships.
Acronym question mark into myself in the margin.
And were not something he could take back to his troops.
Oh, we
And
can't see
that's
it.
sort of a sad thing to say when you're talking about the commander-in-chief.
Oh, you can't see him. Hold on.
Maya, let me just put out everything that's in the public record on this topic. Because I think that's helpful.
Oh my God, there he is.
Then Republican
talking
Senator
now.
Bob Corker tweeted this quote, "It is a shame."
Wait, so those other two guys were like
daycare
video conferencing in. He had one person in the studio. Come on.
morning.
I think you should have went to her first. She's sitting right in front.
Yeah.
Like
She's gonna sit there in the studio
and listen. Whatever. They have
That's
the $1 billion
Bob Corker is
studio.
hilarious for that. It's a shame the White House has become an adult. thing. Somebody obviously missed their shift this morning.
Who let him out on the stage? You were supposed to be watching Grandpa.
Bob Corker went on to.
He's like Grandpa Simpson.
Back in my day.
And Holman is that little short dude who's actually not old.
Yeah.
Introduced legislation to try to minimize or take away some of an American president's nuclear authorities. As the senator, the measure failed. In 2018, then writing as anonymous, but we've since learned that it was Miles Taylor, wrote this: given the instability many witnessed, there were early whispers within the cabinet of invoking the 25th Amendment, which would start a complex process for removing the president, but no one wanted to precipitate a constitutional crisis. So we will do what we can to steer the administration in the right direction.
Dude,
and
they
tell
were
one
talking
another
about
it's
this shit with fucking Joe Biden. They were like,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden's too old. What if he fucking sundowns? What are we going to do? We're going to have the 25th Amendment him. But they were talking about this in Trump in 2018. It's 8 years later. If they were all right. Jesus.
Oh, Netanyahu's feeling big in the britches these days, boy.
Yeah.
Tons of my nails. It's called "We Need to Take Papa's Keys."
Yeah, we need to. The dude literally has like a card with the nuclear codes on it. Like, someone needs to take that shit away from him and just like, all right, you can sit at your desk and play with your pens, but we're not.
I want a Coke button.
Here you go, Mr. President. Sign another executive order.
Do you have my Sharpie? He has a fucking like cigar case filled with oversized Sharpies because his little crayon hands can't handle the thinness of a pen. He doesn't have the
But if
manual
they-
grip strength.
If they were talking about invoking the 25th Amendment in this guy in 2018, and it's 2025 now, and we haven't.
He's only
crossed that
gotten
bridge,
worse. He's only gotten worse.
So much worse.
Unfortunately, I mean, we will all have to go through this. The cognitive decline of the mind is not graceful. It's not dignified, and it's not fair. But it does happen, and it does not go back. The train does not reverse on the tracks.
Right, and
it doesn't happen that way.
And unfortunately for all of us, some motherfuckers voted for that guy to be president.
This guy?
Like, there's a theory I've heard. There's a theory I've heard about this, that like that speech that JD Vance was given in the White House yesterday, he was there and Trump wasn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to say that like JD Vance is trying to like be more visible, present himself as someone who could be president, because they are going to 25th Amendment this dude, or he's not going to make it.
It's almost like they're coaxing him into doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
All the stupid shit, so then they could turn on him, 25th Amendment him, and now they're in control of everything. And dumbass is so dumb.
I was gonna say, I don't know what Pete Hegseth's excuse was for all that shit that he said. Besides, maybe he was drunk.
He's new. He's a new guy. He doesn't understand the military. He doesn't have this deep connection to anybody's core. Like, he's not part of anybody's core. Bro, you were a National Guardsman and you dipped and you went to the private sector. You're not 10 toes down, bro. Them motherfuckers have been in there since you were alive. Like, they've been there the whole time. Fuck you mean? No, yeah,
Mr. President, can you redraw the hurricane path for us?
Crazy.
From 2017 until it ended, every reporter covering the White House had Signal and WhatsApp on their phone because people inside the White House leaked all the time about the things that were happening. That is where the body of information came from, people inside the House. And I would say after the January 6th, after the insurrection, we heard Kevin McCarthy.
The good old days when we made fun of Bush.
Yeah, he choked on a pretzel. I remember that. Didn't know how to open a door. I remember that guy.
Hey, he dodged that shoe though.
He did. He's got great reflexes.
He was ready for the second shoe too. He was like, yeah, what's up, bitch? Yeah. He was like Sir Didymus on the back of Ambrosia.
But he did look like a bit of this trying to open a door at a China Peace Summit.
Was on tape from two journalists who I think at the time were at Politico talking about the 25th Amendment a second time. So I'd never heard it being discussed by senior people ever. For Trump, the first time around, there were two instances that became public where Republican allies talked about removing him from office using the 25th Amendment.
They knew. They knew the entire time. They know right now that at any point this dude could go brain dead.
If it hasn't happened already.
Like, this shit happened to a lesser extent with like Woodrow Wilson, which is why there's a 25th Amendment, because he wasn't in charge for a while. Like, he declined very quickly, and his wife was running the fucking government for a while.
Right.
And the same thing happened to Reagan, except they hid it. He had Alzheimer's and they hid it. You can't hide this, Trump. We see it every day, all the time.
That's the double-edged sword of using the media as your cudgel to go after your enemies. What happens when you get up on the media and we can see all of your foibles? Oops. He can't talk in front of people anymore. But that's his whole brand, is being on a stage and having everybody go, yeah. Well, he can't do that no more.
So
now what?
When he goes up on stage and he pulls a fucking Joe Biden, we got to call him out for it.
Yo, if y'all don't get Donald Brandon the fuck up out of here.
Frustrating for many of us in this moment,
Donald
which
Brandon.
is we had a presidential election. We had that whole record that you just shared, Nicole. And then we had a presidential election where so much attention was being given to Joe Biden's age without what felt like equal time and attention to the capabilities of Donald Trump. That was very frustrating just as a matter of reporting, and that seemed very unbalanced. But I also want to go one step deeper.
This is the shit I be talking about. Bro, put him in a home, dude.
So I started putting together.
All of our exports are leaving.
Why are they coming? Why are all these imports coming from other countries? I don't get it.
And who's taking our exports?
I started putting together this comedy bit. I had a conversation with my mom the other day about, do I believe in, like, the government is keeping information about aliens and UFOs from us? And I was like, no. And you know how I know? because if the government was keeping that shit secret, Donald Trump would have fucking shouted it from the highest rooftop the moment he learned about it.
You can't trust Trump with that kind of secret.
He will tell any secret that isn't his.
You know, I was supposed to declassify this stuff and I didn't do it yet. I'm not the president, so I can't do like on tape. Like that shit was so great.
The dude would have fucking tariffed them already.
Oh, for sure. 3,000 galorks.
Or he would have had a sit down with him and like JD Vance in the Oval Office, and JD Vance would have yelled at him and be like, I don't know why you're not grateful to the president for inviting you here.
And why didn't you bring an alien couch for me to mate with? As is our custom.
That's how I know there's no fucking UFO government conspiracy, because the moment Trump learned about it, he would have fucking said everything. He would have been like, he discovered them.
He'd be like, they don't exist, and also they're my friends. They all support me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Great people.
They all support me.
Because we're talking about a level, and we heard the word earlier, unhinged, not just unwell, unhinged. And so it's both about what does it mean to have a president who...
I got a new deal with the aliens. They get all the cows they want. In return,
we have the best Area 51. It's the greatest.
In return, they're gonna license all the flying saucers to have my name. They get as many cows.
I think I came up with a new word. It's called alien. It's gonna be great.
This is the thing no one's talking about. Tractor beams. We're talking about tractor beams.
Has anyone ever heard of Star Wars before? I just came up with it.
You know, in Star Wars, the Starship Enterprise
has the capacity, the mental and other capacity to be a commander-in-chief.
So long, Brazil. We're getting alien cows from now.
But we're also watching this unhinged, unwell person doing what I would consider to be an attempt at a propaganda walk in front of and using the nation's military leaders as a prop in that propaganda.
He's never done that.
He would never
that
do
included
that.
things that were outwardly racist, that were suggesting that our war was with quote unquote inner cities, as we're watching crossing the red line, and something that is disturbing to many in the military about how we're even seeing them be used.
Oh, he doesn't know that there's a red switch under his red switch.
Yeah.
Which is actual martial law, which is when the army and the armed services restore order. Nobody wants that shit.
Emperor Palpatine, terrific guy, great leader, not as great as me, but great guy.
Very cold hands.
I loved his vice president. What was his name? Something Vader. Great guy.
You know, Anakin was a big fan of.
So in addition to the nuclear codes,
Anakin was MAGA.
It's actually the way in which this is becoming
Those younglings
propaganda
were
to
illegal.
wage war on the quote unquote enemies within, on us, on a man who just talked about the N-word not being able to use them. I'm sorry, he's someone who has reportedly used the N-word, but has an administration now and a secretary who sees it as in their mission.
MAGA, make Alderaan great again.
Ain't nobody falling for this dog shit. Yo, MAGA, get your boy. Look, you tried to own us. You ended up going broke. You know, you done fucked up tourism. Florida's hurting. Vegas is hurting. The Northeast is hurt. Everybody's hurting. Don't nobody want to come here no more. The ladies don't like you. Being in MAGA and the manosphere is like some of the most dispelling things that you could to do when it comes to attracting a young lady. You swung and a miss there. Your healthcare is about to explode. Everyone's utility bills are about to explode from these data centers. Look, just admit you got it wrong. Or even if you don't admit you got it wrong, comment, like, and subscribe. All right. All right. That's how you can start the path to healing. You can start your redemption path. We can get you straight.
We will accept apologies.
Just put them in the chat or put them in a super chat. Even better. Just say, hey, I was wrong. I take it back. How do I help restore America to some semblance of a functioning government? Just admit it.
The bigger super chat, the more we'll accept the apology.
The more sincere we would think that you are.
Yes.
And look, it's fine. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. I'm not gonna do. It's a song. It's a little kid song. We understand. You were in a very desperate situation, and the Democrats had nothing to offer. But you also chose an even wronger answer. So we're gonna need you to come clean, and you're gonna have to go get some shovels, get your hip waders on, and we're gonna have to unbury this shit. That's where we're at. You know he cannot be president anymore. He's having brain troubles.
It can only happen good.
And it can only good happen.
And you got him and you got him trying to run the economy and everyone's health care and the government of efficient, like everything he's touched is clearly at the hands of a man who should not have car keys. Also, y'all know he hasn't been able to drive for like 20 years, right? Because he can't do it.
Yeah.
Not just because he's so rich and famous he doesn't have to. He literally can't pass a driving test. He can't do it. He has a golf cart, and that's about as far as it goes.
Remember we were talking about like 2018 and they were trying to do the 25th Amendment? I remember from around that time, he was doing, I think he was at an event for the troops. And to get to the stage, he had to go up and down a very shallow ramp.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave him great difficulty.
Took him a minute.
7 years ago. So I don't know if you've seen the guy lately walking around, but it's not great.
Looking like the Harkonnen dude every more and more every day. He's just gonna be floating around with his bald head.
As we wrap up here, Ali posted in the chat, Reagan Elite and Witchy Goth live at 8 p.m. UK time.
Oh, they're together? Cool.
Yeah.
Two of my faves over in the UK. Where's that?
So
I got that link.
Pop over and watch that.
Maybe we'll feed into them. It sounds wrong. Maybe I should pick better words. Oh, and apparently Israel's been paying people like $6,000 per Instagram post. For Hasbara.
I see.
If you support the Zionist cause, they will give you cash. I wonder where they're getting that cash from. Hey, American taxpayer, I hope you like that. Hope you like that. Where are they? Oops. That boba tea was amazing.
I like boba tea.
Did I spell it wrong? Oh, there. You put the link there. Thank you.
Oh, there's a link. How about that? I even put the link up in the chat and spaced out on the link.
And then I go to our thing.
I need so many hours of sleep.
I think it's a good day for a nap, Tim. You should take a nap.
I might take a nap because we got to do this again at like 9.
Well, y'all got to do this again. I'm sorry for the contents of the box coming this out of my Onion King. No.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious if someone just got you a whole crate of onions.
Tons. I hope you didn't send me a crate of onions. That would hurt my feelings. Of like my house, it stinks. It stinks so bad.
Yeah, so we got Unboxed tonight at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sarah Davies got some onions in the chat.
I thought that was an acorn.
Is it an acorn?
That looks like an onion.
Oh, there we go. That looks like chocolate covered onion.
Oh, gross. Gross. Why would you say something like that? Okay, I got the redirect. Paste.
Does this mean we have to be here for another 20 minutes?
I think so. Okay, I set it up. So yeah, we gotta gotta fill like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
So
yeah. So we're probably gonna go out shopping because it is the wife's birthday. She finally turned 30. Don't look into that. Don't shut up. Everybody clap, damn it. But since we got a few minutes, we can talk about the UK, I guess. And what the Israeli got. Like, this is the problem with Israel at the current point. It's the Likud party. And the Likud party, it is not safe for any country anywhere, especially if they're full of this this like bloodlust. Like, the bloodlust of the Likud party has no bounds. No bounds. It knows no bounds. Oh, what is this?
High-powered microwave system in a live-fire demonstration in which it claimed to have disabled 61 out of 61 drones.
Wow.
Out of the sky.
Hey, man, that's what it's all about. They
Bro,
got anti-drone technology now.
he got a fucking microwave tank.
Jeez.
He took those are like 20 grand a piece, and he just dropped them all to the ground.
Rendering them disabled. The demonstration culminated with the instant takedown of 49 drones all at once. The Leonidas system comes in stationary, mobile, and even a pod format to accompany friendly aerial systems.
Yo. And this motherfucker talking about something, oh, y'all need to do push-ups. Bro,
Ain't
what am
about
I doing
push-ups.
against a microwave drone? You sound stupid. You sound dumb. You sound
Here, Mikey, I
unserious.
got one for you. Here, I'll actually get to use my screen.
A little thing just came up for people. If you have a Mopar, be careful. They got a device where they can clone your key.
Oh,
They can
shit.
clone your key, and they're just driving away in your fucking car.
Jesus.
Because these new cars are fucking stupid, and they
Yeah,
shouldn't fucking like, dude, this is why fucking regular ass keys and ignitions have lasted so long. This doing everything by computer. Computer programs are
They
easy
don't-
to fucking overcome.
They don't give you a choice. The car we just bought is fucking keyless.
Yeah.
Luckily, we keep it in a garage, but like when you're out and about,
He's just got the little box on the fucking certain part of the car to like learn what the key response is supposed to be. And then he
Yeah.
just programs his own key, or he can just use his own laptop, give the signal, and then he
Jeez.
gets in your car, and then it turns on and drives away with him in it.
It's all computer.
Oh.
I love Tesla. Oh, you're right. You don't have the button anymore. I took it.
All right. I said I love Tesla.
This country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a
Speaking of dead countries,
I'm dead inside.
How are you? Good. We're on day 2, unfortunately, of a government shutdown. President, Vice President, the entire team here will continue to work and talk to members on the Hill
we'll continue to post dank memes.
to try and come to a resolution, to try to encourage Democrats to muster up the courage to do the right thing. And we believe there will be a vote
Like, is he lying or is he stupid? Put in your votes now.
taking place tomorrow, and we hope that vote will lead to the government reopening. That's what the president wants to see, and that's what we're working on today. John.
Yesterday, Vice President in the brief room by your side expressed this optimism that he thinks this shutdown is going to be a short shutdown. Do you share that optimism with
Okay, for anyone who couldn't hear that question, she was asked, the vice president yesterday expressed optimism about the government shutdown being resolved. Do you also express the same optimism?
the president? Share that optimism.
I do. I think we all, that's our hope, and that's our
Oh,
expectation.
real quick. I think it's hilarious that he's like, oh, well, everyone who gets furloughed, we're going to fire them. Go for it.
Yeah, fucking
go for it.
Good luck. Good luck
Who's
running
gonna-
anything.
Good luck. Go for it. Dumb man does not understand what he's saying. Y'all better get him, because if he starts firing all those people, oh, it'll be real bad news. And it is not going to be just for Democrats and just for the woke liberals and these whiny woke people who want their free bureaucracy jobs. No, this shit's going to come off the rails in a real way. Go ahead and fire everybody you furlough. Get on a plane after that.
Y'all just being numbnuts right now because you forget your own history.
Tell him, Michael.
Democrats know they are doing the wrong thing by shutting the government down. You can see it when they're answering questions. You can hear it in their voice. There is zero good reason for them to vote to shut the government down right now. They are doing it for political reasons. They are doing it because they want to give taxpayer-funded healthcare benefits to illegal aliens, which is something the American people resoundingly rejected ahead of
The lie is not working.
President Trump.
Like, is he lying or is he stupid? Put in your votes now.
In a large part. And so Democrats know what the right thing to do is, and it's to reopen the
They're just going to hold the line. Keep saying the lie. The money's going to illegals. Just keep saying it.
I can't hear this question
That's
either.
probably not a question for me to answer. I think that's a question for healthcare professionals and legal experts to answer.
Get her. Her hand is in the way. Get your fucking hand out of the way.
Let me ask you, do you think that illegal aliens should receive Medicaid?
Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Like, it is so frustrating that none of them can answer a fucking question. Like,
I
whenever
know.
they're asked something, they say, well, what about Biden's health? What about the illegal? Like, answer you were asked a question. That's your job, is to answer questions. Not ask everybody in the fucking audience what they think about shit.
Yeah.
And don't you think this is this? No, answer for your own self, press secretary. That's your job.
Her answer is always
fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini.
In our country, that Medicaid benefits that were designed to help low-income families and Americans in our
George Papadopoulos already disproved this whole thing.
country. And what the Biden administration did is they allowed tens of millions of illegal aliens from all over the world to come into our country. Yes, and they paroled them into the system. And you cover immigration, you know well, it was a complete abuse of our immigration system. And they slapped the Band-Aid on these illegals. They called it temporary protective status. And then they allowed those illegals from all over the world to get free benefits. And you know who would like free benefits? Hardworking Americans who work their butts off.
You know, she's right.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are my benefits? Caroline Leavitt. I want benefits. I also want, everyone else to have the same fucking benefits too. Because I'm a human being. I have empathy for other human beings. I don't care what everyone else has. Give everyone the same thing. Let's all have the same benefits. Why is that so hard? Make the benefits good and make them for everyone.
The Black Ranger from Power Rangers has a music video out. I'm going to watch that later. His name's Trey Emanuel.
I really have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
Damn, I wish I could find mine. Maybe I don't have it.
Maybe I'm the only one that has it. I'm the only one
Maybe
that
I
has
just...
The enemy is the oligarchy.
The oligarchy.
Autobots transform and roll out. Democrats transform and roll out.
I'm also the only one that has this.
I voted for Trump. Therefore, everything that I want to happen needs to happen.
Every day.
He needs to do that clip. Democrats transform and roll out.
Roll out.
Democrats roll out is sick.
Democrats roll out.
Bum, 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 bum.
Or, I mean, I'd be fine with Democrats assemble. Like, that'd be good too. Democrats assemble.
Biden-induced inflation crisis, and there were higher wait times at home.
Oh, who was president during the inflation crisis? Oh, yeah, Trump was.
Nuh-uh.
Biden just inherited that bullshit.
Nuh-uh.
Hospitals under the Biden administration, we saw these illegals committing crimes all over our country, and they're getting things for free. That is fundamentally unfair, and this administration is not going to. Gabe, I don't speak for emergency rooms across the country. I speak for the President of the United States.
Okay, what that dude asked was if an undocumented person goes into a hospital, is the hospital obligated to ask them for their immigration status before they treat them so that they don't get free treatments? Here is her answer.
Gabe, I don't speak for emergency rooms across the country. I speak for the President of the United States, and that's what he believes on this policy.
Deflecting.
Crazy.
Step to your left if you can.
So the question was, we know that one thing that the president disagrees with on Democrats. Is there anything that you would work with on Democrats? Is there any negotiating that you would actually do?
If you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
We haven't wanted to negotiate. We just want to keep the government open. That's been the Republican and the Trump White House position since the very beginning. We wanted to pass a clean continuing resolution. We still do, to keep the government
Hold on. Why do you need a CR? Why do you need a CR? Did y'all have your budget together? All your departments turned in their budgets and you got your shit together and you had all your fucking ducks in a row and your I's dotted and T's crossed. You guys were ready to be effectuating government. You were serious people who took your deadline seriously. Or did you just say, oh, let's just white out over the last one with the date and then just just change the date?
Yeah. I mean, Mikey, come on.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that.
You're right.
can negotiate on all of these policy matters. It's the Democrats who injected partisan politics into keeping the government in the business of the American people open.
See an opportunity to gain some leverage and have a negotiation. Why is it okay for Republicans?
So if y'all didn't hear the question, it was Republicans.
Yeah.
So it was Republicans do this shit all the time when they're in the minority. So why is it okay for Republicans to do it and not for Democrats?
A good question.
The answer is
Democrats have voted for the clean continuing resolution that Republicans introduced 13 times in the past. 13 times. They voted for it as recently as March. And now all of a sudden they are shutting
No. Wait. The Democrats did not vote for it in March. Chuck Schumer and 7 of his yokel pals voted for it.
Yeah.
Every other Democrat said no. So don't say
Yeah.
Democrats as if it's indicative of the entire wing. No, a sector broke off and fucking blinked in the face of adversity because they're spineless. And what was it? Fetterman, Schumer, I used
Fetterman, Schumer,
all of them. But yeah, these are not champions of the cause.
It's the same. Well, mostly the same Democrats who already voted yes for this nonsense. Like there were 3 Democrats, including Fetterman, who voted yes for the continuing resolution. There's just not enough of them.
Fetterman needs to just go ahead and register as a fucking Republican. Like they need to get him out of the party. He is a problem. Just habitually voting against the party every time he gets a chance. He needs to go.
Yeah, he's a real fucking problem.
He's a dino, Tim.
over a partisan political matter that the vast majority of the country disagrees with. And they know it's so unpopular that they're now running away from it. I saw some senators on television this morning saying, we don't want to give health care benefits to illegal aliens. Yes, you do. Roll the tape. You can see time and time again, Democrats have supported that. They've voted for it, and they
roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
And we stopped it. The president stopped it with the passage of the One Big Beautiful Bill. And now
where's George Papadopoulos?
the president's very popular policy to ensure that taxpayer-funded healthcare benefits only go to tax-paying, law-abiding American citizens.
That ain't got shit to do with the fact that you're about to make everybody's shit go up.
Yeah.
Look, it's likely going to be in the thousands. It's a very good question, and that's something that
Oh, she was asked about how many of the furloughed workers would be fired.
Look, it's likely going to be in the thousands. It's a very good question, and that's something that the Office of Management and Budget and the entire team at the White House here, again, is unfortunately having to work on today. These discussions and these conversations, these meetings would not be happening if the Democrats had voted to keep the government open.
Is the White House
Steve, go ahead.
No, you wanted them to vote to gut healthcare to keep the government open, and they said no.
Yeah.
He has made it very clear he wants this war to end, but he has also said if both sides aren't serious about ending the war, the United States of America will continue to sell weapons to NATO, and NATO can use those weapons however they want with respect to Ukraine.
Caroline, the president said
Russia's not going to like that.
Nope.
Democrat agencies recommend to be cut. What agencies are on the table for that conversation?
Those conversations.
The question was, the president was talking about Democrat agencies within the government to be cut first, like those people to be fired first. And what were the Democrat agencies? In the president's federal government, where he appointed everyone, where are the Democrats?
Real quick, look at Gavin Newsom. Look at Gavin Newsom.
That's funny.
Oh, he hates that shit. I know he does.
Are taking place today. I won't prejudge them. I won't get ahead of them.
Even anything that's potentially considered right now. These are Democrat agencies.
Look, we're going to look at agencies that don't allow.
What Democrat agencies are he referring to when he says Democrat agencies?
You know,
align
like the
with
DOJ. I mean,
we feel are a waste of the taxpayer dollar. And look, unfortunately,
$200 million ballroom being built right behind you.
In fact, the $200 million ballroom is still being constructed while the government is being shut down. That's Trump said that. He said, we're still building the ballroom. I don't give a fuck.
Look, priorities, people. We ain't got money for healthcare, but this ballroom is looking very good.
We do not have unlimited money in the United States.
We got to make cuts. Fuck grandma.
My ballroom needs to be built.
My ballroom needs to be.
Coming into the federal government right now. And so the president wants to be a good steward of the American taxpayer dollar.
Wow. Wow. While it's in the background. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, it's in the background right there.
He's literally putting up the scaffolding in the background. And you're talking about somebody need to be a better steward with our money. You can't write it, y'all. You can't write. Simpsons, make a scene out of this. This is gold. Gold. Peak gold irony right here. We need to be better stewards with the taxpayer dollar. And this motherfucker is working during a government shutdown to build a ballroom. I am flabbergasted.
Is the oligarch.
Fucking hilarious.
If you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
The Lolita ballroom.
The Lolita ballroom.
Oh
so yeah,
God.
that's we only got like a minute left before we switch
Pass
it
the
over.
mic.
So yeah. Like and subscribe on the YouTubes. If you are adverse to YouTube and their bullshittery, patreon.com/thebinpodcast. Twitch.tv/thebinpodcast, become members and subscribe and all that over there. I just posted a new video to Patreon, so there's new stuff there.
I'm not gonna play it.
Wow.
Yo, I don't like Gavin Newsom at all, but I hope he continues to fucking put a boot up their ass because this shit is hilarious. And they are so thin-skinned that hopefully this is just hopefully
Why
there
are
it
you
is.
being so mean to JD Vance?
Let's make healthcare more affordable. Let's keep the ongoing funding. MAGA, no, Trump, go fuck yourself. Actual quote. And I'm gonna keep building my ballroom. Yeah, there. I mean,
there you go.
He pulled up the taco picture because remember when he got mad at
yeah,
La Preferida and all those fucking Mexican companies, and Goya was the only one that like went on board like we loved President Trump, and then he ate a Goya taco salad, and then everyone stopped buying Goya, and now they're like, Ed, yes, he does. He can't stop loving them. Good shit. All right, let's see. I think we're all good here. Tim already gave you guys your homework. We have a fun new idea for you guys, which I think will help, and it'll help you reach out to your friends across the aisle with maybe some informative videos that can help them understand why they're stupid. Okay. All right.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's go see Reagan Elite.
Yes. And I'm going to take the wifey out shopping because it's her birthday. Love you, baby. Forever, forever. I love you. I know.
Happy 30th birthday, Mrs. Vaman.
Bye, y'all.